Welcome to the Opinion Planet podcast. My name is Nocam. After edging
My,
you a little bit, the beginning there, we can begin.
my name is Amadeus Kyouma.
Hi,
I am GymBagBob.
GymBagBob is finally returned after her disappearance in last week's episode.
Yeah.
1 week hiatus.
She was on vacation, but now,
I went to Hairball.
what is Hairball?
80s like rock cover band. So
What
like Motley Crue, Alice Cooper, Twisted Sister,
did they
Journey.
Did they actually play the songs pretty good, or was it kind of
Um,
half-assed?
Some of them were better than others.
What were some of the good ones?
I think the Motley Crue ones were pretty good. They did a pretty good job with Kiss.
Kiss has like one song, like no Cam. It feels weird to actually refer to you by your fake name. Kiss, like obviously you know the band. Can you name like more than that one song that everyone knows?
For Kiss?
Yeah.
No. I don't even know one song that everyone knows for Kiss.
I Was Made for Loving You.
No.
Was made for loving you. All right, we're
I'm
gonna
not a
sing
Kiss
this
guy.
song. We gotta do it together. But it's like the only song that I ever know about. So Hairball, though, it was like an actual semi-decent event.
Yeah. It was pretty good. They ended the night with AC/DC.
That's a bad closer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they were originally ending it with Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Yeah.
And then everyone in the crowd kept chanting one more song, and then it kept going 2 more songs, and then 3 more songs.
Yes.
So they played 3 AC/DC songs.
What the fuck?
That's
I think
retarded.
they just wanted the crowd to be all right. Do you really want another one of these?
Yeah, everyone was enjoying it though. A lot of people were very crazy in that audience.
AC/DC.
It sounds. I mean, I bet your opinion on it is a little skewed since you're a Taylor Swift fan. So your music taste isn't the utmost like trustworthy, but I'll take your word for it.
80s bands, okay. They did Hell's Bells, and then a song I didn't know, and then Thunder.
Thunder. What? Oh.
Thunderstruck?
Yeah, that one. I always forget it's Thunderstruck.
Lightning and the Thunder?
Yeah. That would have been a good closer.
No.
just
Dragon, my favorite band.
Just fucking The Weeknd starts playing.
The Weeknd?
I
know
laugh.
a lot of people want Blinding Lights by The Weeknd to be the GTA 6 trailer song. And I don't want
heard
that.
so supposedly I heard it was a different song though.
I
think it was
Phil Collins.
Yeah, it was a Bill Collins.
Yeah.
We saw the same video.
Yeah.
I hope it is that one. That actually does sound.
Me too. Because Phil Collins, he was in Vice City, and it's better than the fucking Weeknd. I'm sorry. Or The Chain by Fleetwood Mac.
It makes more sense too. I mean, they had I Don't Care Anymore by Phil Collins that Michael was listening to.
Yeah. Keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so aside from the 80s concert, what else did you do on your vacation?
Lost $200 to slot machine.
Did you try and play like anything other than slots?
I kept looking over at the tables and they were always full. Like no one was leaving them.
Well, you should have just like stood over someone's shoulder. All right, bud, you're not making your money back. Just get up.
I want to just stand there though. I wanted to play games.
Yeah, you said that there's like digital ones though that you could have played.
Yeah, but like I didn't want to do the digital ones. That kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. You should have. I was saying that you should have like kicked them off the table or told them to go back to their nursing home.
Yeah.
Or acted like you work there and tell them that their room is no longer available.
What were some of the age ranges on these people that were playing the games at the casino?
A lot of older people.
Like a lot. Give me a percentage.
What's the percentage and like specific age range?
It's hard to tell because a lot of them were like a lot of them looked about like 45 to like 58 or something.
So not like old, but
there was still some older people, but that was probably majority of the place. And it's all probably because of Hairball being that generation grew up with that music.
Yeah, that's
okay. So that whole thing was at the casino.
Yeah.
So did you go for Hairball or did you go to the casino? Before the casino.
Specifically bought tickets to Hairball, but I pretty much wanted to go to the casino more than Hairball.
Sad.
Hey, I mean, if it was the actual bands like all playing at an event, that would have been
amazing.
That would have been
yeah.
But
that could have been
some cover band that I've never fucking heard of up until a month ago. I'd rather go gambling.
They've actually played at the fair for a couple of years, like years ago when we were like
the local fair.
Yeah.
Are they good at it though?
What'd you say?
Are they good at impersonating? Are they good imposters?
They did good with certain people compared to like other ones that they were singing.
Okay.
So like out of the bands that they covered, which one was your like Motley Crue? Was that your favorite?
Honestly, yeah, I think Motley Crue was probably my favorite that they did. The person that did Prince did a really good job. There was like 4 different people that sang different groups that they take turns with, and then they do like full on makeup, outfit, costumes to like mimic the artist.
Cringe.
During that time period.
Whole glam rock thing. Yeah.
So like they had full on makeup for Kiss. It was actually kind of terrifying seeing it that close.
Yeah. I guess in a sense they're kind of like the Angry Planet podcast. You know, they're good at impersonating some people, not others.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them literally has my name, so they're doing good in that regard.
Oh wait, they took your name? Like the other host called Nocam?
Yeah, they changed their name to Jason. So, just to take mine.
That's pretty good. Any viewers out there, you guys should go ahead and totally not flame that other podcast and report it for fighting terrorism.
This is literally free publicity. They've been out there longer, and they only have like 1,000 people watching them.
Sad.
If that. Which, I mean, granted, you know, we're not. I have no business saying that, but at the same time, we do.
Yeah, I mean, we're still gonna talk shit no matter what, because fuck them. They still are shit. Yeah, speaking of stealing, I've had a pretty eventful, exciting week. Nothing. Started a new job. Company is called Tanknology. Tanknology customers. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to talk about. No. I can give you a quick overview, but I want to tell you like exactly what the website, word for word. Pretty much it's a regulatory compliance testing company. So I feel like I've already talked about this, mentioned it, but they go to gas stations and do compliance tests and replace parts as needed. Just in the couple of days that I've been like at job sites, the work itself, it's physical labor. There's parts of it that suck. There's just shit that doesn't cooperate, but it's not the worst. My trainer is kind of he's not a good trainer. At least he hasn't shown that he's a good trainer yet. So it's going to be fun trying to memorize the amount of different tools, terminology, tests, metrics, and how to run most of the equipment properly and not fuck it up. but it pays well. And thankfully, in the meantime, they haven't given me my actual company van because they're having some issues. So they have me in a 2022 Toyota Camry for the time being. And holy fucking shit. I have been abusing that vehicle. It is fun.
Are they gonna track you like the other
No,
company did?
well, yeah. So the vans themselves, they have um something that plugs into the OBD2 port. Since Tanknology as a company, they follow DOT regulations. That means you only get 14 hours in a day for anything. Um, Only 11 of those hours can be driving. So they monitor your vehicle. You have to write down your mileage, or if you have the app set up, which is what 90% of people do, just have the miles auto logged by your app. You gotta go to DOT weigh stations, present all your paperwork and shit, make sure everything's strapped down and complies with DOT regulations. Um, but thankfully, since I'm in a rental vehicle and I don't have that tracker in it, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
It is nice. I think Toyotas are better vehicles than others.
Yeah, it's. I mean, now that the novelty of driving a like basically brand new, a current vehicle is worn off, it's kind of boring. It's. I want more. I want more speed. I want more buttons.
Yeah.
But it's still.
It's nice to get all that technology in there.
Kinda. Um, Part of me kind of likes so the HVAC controls or HVAC, my bad.
Nobody
I
says
kind
that.
of yeah, I kind of prefer Molly's vehicle. It's just more buttons and a bit simpler. I mean, it
Yeah.
still works, but honestly,
I
the nice.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I mean I hate mine on my Lincoln, the fucking control panel.
Is it all
I
touch?
mean it doesn't work half the time because those types of vehicles have a really shitty media panel, which I didn't
Yeah,
know about before. And I guess the computer's going to shit or something. But
nice.
that's another thing. Is that I'm an old man. When it comes to that, the more computers, the worse it is. All right,
Yeah,
because the more like fuck ups, the more troubleshooting you have to do.
yeah. No, so it works. I've just been connecting my phone to like the built-in sound system. It's pretty nice. I can't download like any of the GPS shit because it's a rental vehicle and they have it disabled.
Yeah,
So,
whatever.
no,
Google Maps is better anyway.
I've been using Waze, and this actually kind of
You
ties
have.
into the next part of it. So Waze is another GPS navigation app, and the thing that sets it apart is that you can very easily like pinpoint on the map where there are speed traps or other police officers nearby.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Um, so yeah, I'm planning to
Yeah.
start using that because just in this week alone, I think I've had what like 5 encounters with police, 4 of them close calls, one of them an actual call. Just
Okay.
a handful of times, going up well above the speed limit, and then either it's like dramatically slowing down and nothing happens. Just only going 80 in a 70 doesn't not enough to get their attention, thankfully. About to, pass a steady going about 100 miles per hour, but slowing down just before the corner where he'd appear. My luck is fucking insane when it comes to this shit somehow. But
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
now.
eventually, yeah, it ran out that night, kinda. I
Yeah.
mean, I got pulled over for doing 65 and a 55, and he was just, yeah, we've had a lot of accidents tonight, so we don't want anyone else to get hurt.
Mm,
He let me off with a warning, which
yeah.
is nice, because I would have been pissed for more than one reason if I got a fucking ticket for going 65 in a 55.
Yeah. Like officer,
Everyone
I
was like,
was I was literally just going hundreds of miles over the speed limit like 5 minutes ago.
this is not
All
that
right.
bad,
Yeah,
all
this
right,
is
calm
this
down.
isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
No,
mean I know Waze is also good for like you can put in your own voice
yeah.
for fucking the directions.
Yeah,
You
it's
get-
fun to fuck around with.
I like apps or like programs that allow you to be more allow itself to be more customizable.
Yeah,
But
just makes it more entertaining than having fucking Siri yell at you, telling you to go into the wrong lane.
yeah, then everything being fucking industrial or corporatized. Just
Yeah.
it's the way it is just because it is.
So yeah, it's been a pretty good first week. I got a new phone. Well, company provided phone. I'm back to being an Android boy. Well, I guess I have Android and iPhone.
Which do you
Snap.
prefer?
Um, you know, both have their merits. When it comes to like adding apps to your home screen, deleting apps, Android is a lot easier, as well as like accessing certain settings. I find it easier, but I love the fact that I have a home button still. I don't have to swipe up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's once you get stuff kind of set up, it works decently well on iPhone. I don't know. I guess it's a toss either way. I'm not illiterate with one device or the other. I mean, I prefer iPhones and will stick with them for the foreseeable future just because of Apple Wallet. I I've heard not great things about Google Wallet, so fuck
Google
that.
or Android
Yeah.
Pay.
Besides, Apple has partnered with the amazing bank Goldman Sachs, and actually, apparently it's costing Goldman Sachs a fuck ton of money because Apple is the Apple Card itself. It's not as predatory as like other cards,
Yeah.
making it very easy to pay, see how much is due by when, and like the late fees aren't nearly as bad. So it's great. Apple is costing Goldman Sachs money. I love it.
Is Goldman Sachs like a bad company?
Banking company.
Well, I mean,
They
notoriously banks have been pretty innocent.
no, fuck you. Goldman Sachs, they are
What have they done?
okay. I wish I had a better rehearsed script for this. I want to partially like say that a lot of the upper management at Goldman Sachs definitely contributed to the 2008 financial crisis. Um, pretty much betting against the American people.
Nice.
No one suffered any consequence. So, what to give like a quick recap? Home loans were being given to just about anyone because banks got money for it. But when people stopped being able to pay the housing loans, they don't have a house anymore. You know what? I can't explain the 2008 financial crisis. Do some fucking research. Goldman Sachs is a
Permanent.
We'll
as a
talk about it. We
company.
can make it a devil's advocate.
There's no devil's advocate. The banks fucked the
No,
economy.
well, I'll be the devil's advocate for Goldman Sachs and the banks.
Um, Goldman Sachs partnership. Okay. Apple pulls plug on Goldman. Fuck you, Wall Street Journal. I don't want to create an account just to read your shitty article. Okay. Wall Street Journal says the Goldman Apple deal is dead. Apple says not yet. Wall Street Journal is claiming that Apple has pulled the plug on its partnership, but these are unnamed sources. No, nothing has formally been announced.
Yeah.
The report noted the problems Goldman faces with Apple Card, like how it misses traditional forms of credit card revenue such as annual fees, late fees, and overseas transaction fees. Instead, it earns fees from loans issued to cardholders who finance their Apple products over monthly installments. The bank began shopping its Apple partnership to American Express. I guess, I don't know. I guess that would kind of suck. A lot of places don't take, well, more places than not don't take Amex because fuck you.
Was that card that Saul wouldn't even take.
Maybe. I'm forgetting the scene that you're referring to.
He was talking to Badger. It was your Starbucks masturbator scene.
I don't remember the exact line of dialogue. Fuck. I
But
want to see if I can find it. Okay.
oh,
On
fuck.
Reddit, why doesn't Saul Goodman accept American Express? There is a scene with Saul and Badger where Badger got charged with public masturbation.
Yeah.
$4,000, only accepts cash, Visa, MasterCard, but not American Express.
So I was right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I guess that was such a coincidence that I added these sounds in.
No, you're a master manipulator. You planned it all out.
Yep.
Pat
Yeah.
yourself on the back.
I like the brief you gave me for the last one, or like the brief that was it that Chris made. What is it? Or is it at Archives? It was like
Oh, manipulation.
your manipulation. Someone accused another. Yeah, someone accused another person of being a master manipulator. There wasn't much context provided around the topic other than someone saying you're just a master manipulator, and then I think there's another one. Trace was a guest on this episode, and the real compliment to him as being one of the better guests they've had. However, there were concerns about some listeners being minors who might not appreciate some of Trace's comments.
I love Crisp and how it's
That
listening in on my
yeah,
conversation. It's kind of weird.
I turned that option off. I didn't know it was that helpful, but that's I thought that was funny that as if we're trying to fucking pander to the youth here for.
Well, if we were to pander to the youth, like, how the fuck would we even do that?
That would suck. We couldn't even talk about anything. I couldn't. I probably wouldn't drink. First off,
How was your day?
great. How was yours? Talk about our weeks very appropriately only. And everything we say like that's like offensive or like might be a little like not in good moral standing. Just we don't endorse this. Don't do this. Yeah, what would we talk about though? What would be our topics? Fucking Crash Bandicoot.
If we were trying to appeal to the younger generation.
Well, you already got this. You're like a Disney Bratz kid, so
Yeah, I guess it would be that. We could talk about sports too.
Now generation isn't into anything, right?
They like TikTok.
They like Skibidi Toilet.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that is. Have you been getting the TikToks though where it's like the younger generation can't like read?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Like
media
actual
yeah.
like
media literacy all time.
Literal fucking brain rot that they're watching all day. Like it's just a normal basis. Like you'll just see some kid just like glued to like an iPad or a phone screen. That's an interesting thing to talk about.
When we have a kid, I'll make sure to get him an iPad. Like as soon as he's out of the womb, just like show him some fucking Coco Melon.
just get a fucking baby VR headset, and just that's what he thinks life is.
Facebook should make a fucking. Oh my! Imagine if we had like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do these fucking advertisement scripts. It'd be like a Black Mirror episode. A baby is born. The mother is so happy, and then the dad just like kind of looms over with the fucking MetaQuest, and he just puts it on, and the baby is just like giggling.
Dude, I'd love to do that. Visual advertisements.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. If you're listening to this, it's good. You want to get in on this fucking.
You just have to make it light enough, and then I guess everything else is just kind of like scaled down.
Well, no, you can still make it heavy. Like what I ideally envision is that as these babies grow up, their skull and face are molded around the Oculus.
The VR head, kind of like the gamer, the visualized for like a new generation of like a gamer, and his head is indented for the headphones.
Yeah. That's the peak future I envision. for our new generations. But no, it's. I mean, I wish I could see this shit in the classroom personally, but like, I mean, every generation I feel has that. I mean, even in our grades, there were just those kids that they were fucking stupid. There's just no two ways about it. And they didn't even need an iPad to be fucking stupid.
Right.
But if it's more common, if there's more kids like that that just do not have the attention span to understand To Kill a Mockingbird, they can't like understand. They can't write 3 sentences talking about like some of the themes. Then yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting future that we have.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to people who can't even read that were. Well, I sound like an old fuck right now, but like still,
Yeah.
fucking
No,
iPad kids growing up to be the next president. Like the up and coming president eventually is going to be an iPad kid.
eventually, yeah. No, it'll be good because this is perfect for our generation, right? Once the iPad kids start becoming like the majority teen age, they won't know how to do shit. But we can just like we can fix everything. I don't know.
What does that
I don't
mean?
know.
It's
I
not
don't
going
know
to
how
fix
common
anything.
it
We're
is.
just going backwards.
Like a skill shortage. If there's just
That's not good. And that just means that we're going to be working longer because if like older people with like actual trades and actual skills, they're just going to be working until they're older because they need people in that trade. It's kind of like the pilot shortage or like the current trade shortage.
Yeah, it just means that we get more money and then you can retire sooner, right?
You retire later because they need workers.
They can't make you work though.
Yeah, they can.
They pay you more because they need you, but once you're done, you're done.
It depends. Because they could like, like if you don't have like savings built up for yourself, they could just get rid of like 401ks or
Yeah.
I know they're probably going to do away with what's that government funded program?
Social Security?
Yeah, Social Security.
I've heard that one of my I guess not she's basically the HR lady. She's not, but I was asking her like, yeah, I can opt out of the 401k shit if I want to, right? Because every job that I've ever set up a 401k with, I'm not gonna be at that job long enough for it to make any fucking difference. I'm donating my paycheck away to nothing, pretty much.
Right.
I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know. 401k, unless you're gonna for sure stick with that company for a long ass time, I feel like it's pointless. At least with a company.
Yeah.
The Social Security, I mean, yeah, inflation, if that continues to rise, then there just won't be enough money. It's gonna be kind of depressing unless like some shit actually gets fixed and changed when we're 60. What is that, like 40 years from now? That's not even that much. Fuck.
That is kind of freaky. I mean,
we got 40 years.
That's almost a half a century away, all right?
No. All right, you're looking at it optimistically.
I am.
All right. People in the government have nearly half a century to figure out better budgeting, better time management.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we're 3 years into the new decade. What do you think by the end of the decade? Any predictions?
We're gonna be even more fucked.
In positive news, I would say we at least made it, closer to Mars. Began a moon base, I'd say. Well, probably began like a moon space station. Everyone fucking keeps saying we're gonna, first man on the first man on Mars by the 2020s. It's not gonna happen.
No, you just gotta you've seen the movie Inception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta plant an idea in Elon Musk's mind that he needs to be the first man on Mars, and he will fucking do it.
He already has that in his head. Have you
He doesn't
seen
have it in his head enough. The desire isn't strong enough. Right?
Motherfucker? Like, have you seen like his most recent he was like saying "fuck you" to some guy.
Yeah, I saw the clips.
Dude, he's like, I don't know. He literally thinks he's Tony Stark right now.
Yeah,
Like that's already in his head.
I mean, he met Iron Man himself. You know, he's
In Iron Man, what was that 2? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's basically people keep stroking his ego. Like he's real life Iron Man.
I don't think
No, he's just
anyone.
some rich fuck who took advantage of child labor in Africa and got out of the draft by moving to America. So
No,
like he got
billionaires.
out of mandatory military service by moving here.
Yeah, background noise going on. I'm not sure what it is.
What's that?
You have some background noise happening.
Oh, it's me opening my wine.
Alcoholic. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
Elon. He deserves his billionaire status. I don't know.
he deserves it.
Let me type in billionaires who deserve it.
What I think the person who owns the entertainment industry for the Bratz dolls, that guy deserves it.
That's right. He is a
You know,
billionaire.
he started
Yeah.
from like nothing.
Okay.
Elon Musk started like from a rich family, like every other one.
No, no, he didn't. 50 richest people in the world.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett, he deserves it. Yeah. We're all white men. Wow.
Is that number 49?
Wait, one woman, one non-white man, one reptile, one another woman, another woman. Wait, where is Jeff Bezos's ex-wife? She should be on this list somewhere.
She doesn't make enough consistently because he's
Didn't
probably gonna
no,
blow all that money.
no, I guarantee she's still in like top 5 of richest women in the world.
It's crazy. That's fucked. Can you imagine like being female and then like marrying someone like, well, we could have like a good relationship, long term, and if things go bad, you know, was it alimonies exist?
Yeah.
Let's look
30
at some. Let's look at some cheese.
$39 billion.
As her net
Good.
worth.
Sometimes, whenever the divorce papers are signed, she just hits you with the
Insert cash or select payment type.
Yeah. You should take that to a strip club and just like tell them, yeah, you should start using this. No, she does make reoccurring. Okay. All right. My card isn't declined that many times. No, she does make reoccurring money. She owns a 4% stake in Amazon. She is the 3rd wealthiest woman in the United States and the 47th wealthiest individual in the world.
just by being married to someone. What a fucking time we live in.
Was married to someone.
That's what I'm saying. That just
Hey,
because
I mean,
she was married to someone.
None of these people deserve it anyway. So
Yeah, I guess she's no better than any other, or the rest of them.
well, Elon Musk.
But
What does Google have to say about him? It has. Oh yeah, that's right. Cybertruck. That's a thing now. Yeah.
oh yeah, Cybertruck.
Where is he originally from?
South Africa. Pretoria. Pretoria? I think that's trying to say he's a predator. He's got children Vivian, Jenna Wilson, Techno, McConus, Musk. What the fuck?
The 2023 Tesla Cybertruck.
It looks weird and I don't know.
I think it looks kind of like cool, but like everything about it is like non-conventional in the sense that like the trunk is small as fuck compared to other trucks.
But
Like it's
alright,
just like not useful. It's not a useful tool.
shut up, bitch. Let me sell you on this vehicle. Alright? So the Cyber Beast, that's the top trim, about $100,000, has 845 horsepower, a baseball deflecting body, bulletproof windows, can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds.
There's no way
I-
I gotta as
bullet
soon
resistant.
as I yeah.
It's probably bullet resistant. But honestly, the actual video that I saw that actually kind of made me give a shit about this was a Cybertruck racing Porsche 911 while towing another Porsche 911 and still winning. I want to see this test recreated and posted by another channel beside Tesla. But if that's true, that's actually kind of impressive.
Actually, I'm curious though. Like
What?
what does bullet resistant windows help you with?
You know, if
Like
you're
what
that
if your fucking vehicle topples over? And you're trying to fucking the windows stop working. What
have
if
fun.
we're gonna fucking try and break out?
Have fun.
You're fucked.
You won't
And
know.
normally they have those like little fucking titanium points or whatever on like pens or like, oh, just tap on the glass and you're out. It's like this one is just
Nope, you're stuck.
yeah.
Don't crash. Yeah.
And the way it's like designed, it's not like you could go out through the back either. You're literally fucked. Just don't tip over your Cybertruck.
I don't know.
I don't know the rest of the safety features for it, so I'm not gonna just sit here and give it a new piece of technology shit just because,
Yeah, but I
it's
mean,
unconventional, but
other safety features for the other vehicles. I mean, I know that's something we've talked about before, speculated.
yeah.
Just like doesn't. I'm surprised it can be sold unless it meets those classifications.
Oh, that's cringe.
The interior is
They're using they have a video of it and one of them is it's hauling like a rocket booster.
yeah.
It's like a rocket engine. That's horrible.
It's just an iPad vehicle. All right, we have iPad vehicles for the upcoming iPad generation.
We have iPad kids. Now here's iPad trucks. That's nice.
Yeah,
It is stupid. I mean,
that iPad
it's
is
stupid in the
really
sense
good.
that like you can take minimalism so far. Like this is
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess one could argue that like, well, what if the iPad breaks? But at the same time, all you got to do is replace the iPad. And everything's working again. But
Just replace it yourself. It'll only cost you like $10,000 because the iPad is proprietary. Tesla will sell it.
definitely couldn't replace it yourself. Nothing looks modular in this vehicle, so
We're heading towards a good future. No, I mean, I think I've seen that talked about before. Like a couple hundred years ago, everything had a lot more things, like a maximalist design to it.
yeah.
Craftsmanship for the sake of it, excess for the sake of it. I'm gonna make this street lamp look more fucking immaculate than anything you've ever done with your pathetic life.
Right, just
now,
because you make work that you're proud of.
yeah,
Now it's just so industrialized, like commercialized fucking looking things. I don't know, man. I do like the look of it. I think it's cool. I think they should. I just wish it was more like practical.
how so?
Like, maybe like actual like button controls or maybe like an actual like option for button controls or maybe like more trunk space.
No, you don't need that. It's a truck. You're not hauling anything. Right? You don't use a truck to haul. You're just carrying your kids in it. That's all.
Oh, I mean that is a good point. Here in America, I mean it's astute car culture to just buy a truck and then use that just to drive around. Like even though you're not hauling shit with your like you live in a fucking apartment, what are you hauling?
Yeah.
I mean,
one of our
how many organs are you driving around? Like
yeah.
I don't like that steering wheel.
I don't either. It looks boring. I think like the design philosophy was kind of inspired by F1, but that doesn't mean it's
Good.
one, like F-150.
no Formula One. F-150. Fucking Ford. I mean, I both do and don't like how it looks.
I mean, if you look at the Ford Lightning, I mean, this one literally has like a frunk.
To be fair, I would rather
So like
drive a
you
Cybertruck
you
than
have like a trunk in the front the back is also like a pretty big bed.
Yeah, there you go. You get all the space you need. And if you really need more, just attach a trailer hitch.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you really need more on top of what that already provides, well, what's the difference, or what's the comparisons? 320 miles. This is for the Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
340 miles for the
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck. You just get a measly 20 more miles.
Is that the? Does it say like what trim gets the 340? Because there are two different. There's a
Okay, that's a good
rear
point.
wheel drive and then an all-wheel drive. I'm not sure if the all-wheel drive. I'd
I
imagine.
mean, they're gonna do like the best of the best for the estimation. But let me look.
Yeah, ideal conditions. Only driving in Southern California highway. Yeah.
The Cyber Beast. All right, so Cyber Beast is actually 320 miles.
So it's the same thing except $100,000.
Yeah. Except, yeah. So you got. So it's not even released yet. So this
Yeah,
is a pre-order on top of the pre-order. You can pre-order the Cybertruck again. That's nice.
it's been sent out for reviews. Yeah.
130 miles per hour to top speed.
That's it. It's got to be electronically limited, but
Yep,
still.
112 miles per hour top speed is all-wheel drive.
What?
Yep. I'm curious then.
If I was gonna buy a Tesla,
Zero to 60 for the Ford Lightning is 4 seconds, sub 4 seconds, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Cybertruck is faster for whatever the fuck you need a truck to be going to 0 to 60 for.
Yeah. Well, it's just for the fun of it. I mean, I don't know.
Go to Ford Lightning Platinum, about the same price as the Cybertruck, except it got some more space. All right, it's 20 less miles than the Cyber Beast. What do we got? What's the max?
Of what?
I'm trying to find like the.
Highest trim for the Ford vehicles?
No, I mean I have the highest trim in front of me. It's not telling me. At least Tesla tells you like what the max top speed is, or tells you what the top speed is.
Kind of Teslas.
4 Teslas. Kim Java. Influencer just in the fucking Tesla engineering, the production facility. I
All right.
hope Tesla, they get hit with the next like union worker strike. It'd just be fun to see. Just shut down production for a couple of days, weeks until they get a good union contract.
Okay, so we got the F-150's top speed is 111.8 miles an hour. So it's the same as the all-wheel drive.
But it's just $100,000. You know, like a monthly payment. You know, that's only like 4-5 grand.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Well, yeah. So the rear-wheel drive for the Tesla, that one's
That's the cheapest one, right?
yeah, that's shit. All right, it's 250 miles an hour, mile range, and 6.5 seconds for 0 to 60. This is like getting a Cybertruck just to get a Cybertruck,
Yeah.
just to get the look of it.
I mean, okay, so the other, like their actual competitor in the electric scene, Rivian, I think like the highest trim, I'm looking at the sheet right now, the highest trim Rivian is 13 grand cheaper, 8 more miles for range. It is
Actually, I like the
0.4
Rivian.
seconds. Don't interrupt. It is 0.4 seconds slower than the Cyber Beast.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. I guess points go to the Cyber Beast for having 10,000 foot-pounds of torque, unless that's a typo. But
Shit.
What?
I mean, I guess top speed 115, 130. Yeah, towing capacity, they both top out at 11,000 though. That is insane. That's got to be a fucking typo. Maybe not.
Probably, maybe not. I mean, it's goes 0 to 60 in like 2.5 seconds. So
Yeah, but the Rivian, it goes to 0 to 60 in 3. So it's 0.4 seconds slower, 10 less horsepower, but the torque 908 for the Rivian, 10,296 for the Cyber Beast. What the fuck? I mean, if
yeah,
you need that, sure, that's good for you.
it's probably a typo.
Wait a minute. Okay. So according to this graph as well, the Rivian has a bed length of 54 inches and the Cyber Beast has 72 inches.
What's where?
I
I
like the I like the website of the Rivian too. It's nice.
If I was gonna buy a hipster electric vehicle, I'd go with the Rivian.
It
I'm not
looks so much nicer, honestly.
It looks, yeah. I'm sure it wouldn't be as expensive. Like if you get into an accident,
Yeah,
I can only imagine. You just need to get a new vehicle at that
you,
point.
you
There is
got that you got that wood paneling. But yeah, at the
uh,
same time, I mean, yeah, you slam into somebody's fucking vehicle with a Cybertruck, like they're literally gone. Like they're no longer present on this planet.
yeah.
But like you know, you're
You're good.
probably fucked up, but your truck is fine.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, it would still
You
kill
they
you. Probably as well.
you probably like get hit by the airbags. You know, maybe like get paralyzed from the neck down because he slammed to the the bulletproof windshield and then won't let you go through. But yeah, I mean, other than that, your vehicle's good, so that's all that matters. You can just have that sitting in your living room while you relive that moment sitting in a wheelchair.
Wait a minute. Okay, so one other thing that I'm seeing on this graph is talking about extended range as like a additional feature that you can pay just $16,000 for the
What?
Cyber Beast, and that would
Okay.
up your range to 440 miles plus, supposedly.
Can you imagine like eventually like the range gets so good on these vehicles that like you have to pay monthly just so you can get more range? So it just electronically limits it.
That would be fucked. Um, Fuck, I remember hearing something. I'm guessing it never turned out to be anything, but scientists have like possibly discovered a way to do something with energy. I'm forgetting the exact specifics of what it was, but pretty much like a gigantic energy breakthrough. The kind of breakthrough that would make what you just said possible. The range, the battery power,
I mean,
uh,
was it like solid state
exponential.
batteries or what?
No, it was like cold fusion. Yeah, I want to type this shit in.
Oh, you're talking about the fusion reactor?
No,
I mean, we successfully made fusion energy, like fusion power plants, or instead of the fission. I doubt that's what you're talking about, though.
I'm trying to. I swear I might have talked about it already at some point during this season of the podcast. Um,
I want more photos of this. Like, there's like, it's a, it has, it's minimalism, but it's not as like bare bones minimalistic as the Cybertruck.
you're talking about the Rivian.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple. I saw
I've been a
one.
Rivian fan. They're literally like people who like left
Yeah,
Tesla and started up their
yeah.
own company, and
I've
probably
seen a.
like named the company after one of his daughters.
I've seen a couple. Just out in the wild. They look okay. I mean, it's not my first personal choice, but
Really? I've never seen one in real
yeah,
life.
like five. Some okay. I don't know the specifics, but more than a couple, I guess. Just customers' house, like richer neighborhoods for MediaCom.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen a few plaids sometimes when I've gone to the cities, but Cybertruck, I will be very curious whenever the fuck I'll come across one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, people are gonna be driving that
Wait,
shit around.
what is the body panels? It's got to be aluminum, right?
Yeah, it's aluminum.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's not,
You mean
those are
it's
not gonna be
brushed
fucking.
steel?
Yeah, they're not gonna be sold in Minnesota. Fuck.
Yeah. Cybertruck. Exterior material.
Molly's grandmother was
Stainless
calling
steel?
and put her on.
No, you're not doing that.
Holy shit! I thought that was a joke.
What?
It's a stainless steel alloy.
What is the body
What
panel?
the fuck? For the exterior material for the Cybertruck.
What?
It's not aluminum. It's stainless steel.
They gotta have something to like prevent that shit from rusting, right? Right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
like
stainless steel.
even
Can you
northern
imagine the whole fucking thing rusts? It's like that's part of the look.
fucking Mad Max vehicle.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's the fucking dystopian future I want. Like, it doesn't get more dystopian in this car. The only thing they fucked up on is that the wheels aren't polygons as well.
They gotta get triangle wheels.
Yeah. I don't know why, but this reminds me of Among Us.
I can see it. Yeah. Is that okay? That looks fucking awful.
Oh my god, I hate that.
The
The
red.
well, the red. I mean, yeah, it looks fake, but I can imagine the red can look good. Just the ATV in the
Yeah.
back, though.
You don't like the ATV? The Cyber ATV?
Like how the back is.
I make like it pretty easy to move shit. At least I do. If that is how the actual um
It's cool.
trail,
That is something that looks like straight out of Star Wars, that ramp.
yeah, the tailgate. If that's how it actually unfolds, I do like that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
The wheels, though, I remember seeing a lot of people say how fucking expensive those are going to be because they look special.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're already
Fuck.
buying this vehicle, though, then yeah, money's not an issue for you. At least it shouldn't be.
Literally fucking, yeah, Jimmy from GTA 5. Money's not an issue. $5,000 a month?
Yeah, if we pool our OPP money, we can all drive a Cybertruck.
An
What if for the
OPP Cybertruck for the
what if-
parade?
one- yeah, once
Yeah, get that like in a blue wrap.
what's one fuck. Give the Cybertruck a couple more years to like become a bit more mainstream, and I'll wait
Yeah.
for Always Sunny to change Dennis's personal vehicle from a Range Rover to a Cybertruck.
That it's not gonna happen.
It does.
I highly doubt that. Can you imagine though? I feel like I mean that is gonna be a talking point. I feel like Frank would get one or some shit. What they should do is like have Frank have like a like a accident like they did that one episode, except this time it ends up like killing the person in front of them.
That'd be pretty good.
Oh, that's cringe. I should get this for my Lincoln. You can buy
No,
that off of Amazon.
no, don't get that. If I see that fucking Lincoln in town with those, I will vandalize it.
Can you fucking imagine? I like has a dumbass holes on it too, so you can take it off.
I mean, obviously, I would love the chance to drive one. I love driving new vehicles. I mean, I've had so much fun in just a base model 2022
Yeah.
Camry, but
I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against driving it. Can you imagine like how fucking quiet that shit is?
I'm sure, yeah. I don't know. If I had once OPP gets to like the big boy table,
Yeah.
I'll take the Cybertruck, the Cyber Beast. Jason, you can have the Rivian. Molly, electric Volvo.
Yeah, we do have to be like conscious about our footprint, carbon footprint.
Yeah, even though I could go into a whole fucking thing with the cobalt mining conditions
Yeah,
about
it's
that's what
literally there's nothing any individual or even if it's like group of people did. There's nothing anyone can do.
we can just stop accepting cobalt from Africa and the companies that procure it from Africa. I mean, I think it's like 60 or 70% of all cobalt in the world is from Africa, and then maybe like another 20%
What do you
from.
mean? They need the money. They're starving over there.
Oh yeah, because they get paid. They get paid well. They have good working conditions.
Yeah.
That's still probably one of the best Joe Rogan episodes I've actually watched, where he says like maybe 3 sentences the entire fucking podcast.
Joe
But
Rogan?
he just kind of keeps the guy going. He did a whole book, like an on the ground, investigative journalistic report about cobalt mining camps, a lot of the fucked up shit that just happens there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I guess I'm just gonna get my my Jaguar then, aren't I?
You might want to get one now because they're probably gonna switch over to EV here pretty soon, exclusively.
Is that what Minnesota said?
Fucking every company is trying to push for EV.
I don't want to. I don't want a modern Jaguar. Shit's ass. Looks like shit. Like
He
Jaguar 2023. It doesn't even like. At least in like the early 2000s, they were like kind of sticking with like their early roots. It's like it doesn't even. It just looks stupid. I mean, if you have one, I still respect you for it, but like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of trucks. I think,
I'm more of a sedan guy myself.
yeah, sedan or wagon. One thing that's really funny. Do you know what a K truck is? KEI.
Oh, what?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. A Kai?
Right.
Oh my god, I hate that.
All right, shut the fuck up. This isn't for you. This truck is not meant for you. Um, it's a very fuel efficient vehicle. This is like perfect for most working classes,
Oh,
farmer.
I've seen that. I've seen those before.
Okay, yeah, I don't have to send it to you then. So now these are finally becoming of age to where they can be imported into the US, and
Yeah.
they're great for a lot of uses. Small, fuel efficient truck that can carry a fair amount of cargo. But I remember hearing something about a lot of auto manufacturers are really trying to stop this, citing like safety concerns as being the reason why like you shouldn't be able to import these.
What's the
Which,
safety concerns?
it just doesn't protect you in the event that something goes wrong.
What does that mean?
It means that they don't want you to not pay for their 70,000 truck.
I mean, I
Actually,
guess their argument probably is it's like it's a Japanese truck, right?
yeah. I want to
Yeah.
see if I
It's
can
probably
find a
because it's so small.
K truck um safety issues.
Yeah, I think that would be that would be the thing would be to check the safety issues of the vehicle itself.
But I mean, it's sold in Japan and it's still a street legal vehicle over there. I can't imagine it's that much fucking worse. An accident over there is similar to an accident over here.
I mean, they have smaller vehicles. Like we are one of the few countries with huge ass like our vehicles over here is
Yeah, they're
pretty big
fucking
compared to Europe or like another like Japan even.
yeah. There's this
And it's not
video.
just like the people size, it's just like the roads. They're
Yeah,
not as like
big
dependent off of
parking lots as
personal
well.
transportation. Yeah.
There was a video. I think the guy was in the UK and he brought over like new F-150, and just the whole point of the video was just trying to live life in Britain with a big ass truck and
That's fucking annoying.
being
Only an
inconvenient.
F-150? They should have got to have 250.
They gotta have. Wait, what is the biggest F-150?
I think it's probably like an F-550. Just get a semi at that point.
What the? No, okay. I want like the biggest street legal.
An
Super
F-650. Look at this shit. We should start an OPP militia and have this as our main vehicle.
What the fuck?
What do you need that for?
You know,
I
you
would
have
love to see someone like some fucking tiny ass dude crawl into that thing.
yeah, this is Molly's daily commuter now.
Yeah, this is literally just a fucking like semi at this point. Like, what do you need this? What do you need this power for?
I'm trying to think of like actual practical uses that you could use this for.
For like every day. Like if it's just like if it's on like a trailer bed, like I understand.
Yeah, you're
For
just telling.
commercial uses. Like you could use it for like, you know, box trucks if you're like hauling like heavy ass shit. But like
No, I want
on
that
a
to be my,
bed like that.
my daily.
It's your commuter.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I don't want to think what it would be like to try to drive that through.
you know, I'd love to see someone fucking trying to navigate the roads. I'm sorry I'm spamming, but like this guy fucking lifted it as if it wasn't high enough off the ground. As
Holy
if this wasn't already an inconvenience to drive. They lifted the fucking truck.
Hey, at least the headlights won't be blinding you because they're gonna be fucking over your head. They're not
Yeah,
even gonna.
exactly. Because that's how light distribution works too.
Me from that.
No, you. I don't even think like I'd have to be standing probably 7 to 8 feet in front of that truck for the driver to be able to see me. That would completely run over like
Any child.
a 10-year-old, 12.
Does that
What
give good perspective?
What the fuck?
Can you imagine? Just driving around your sedan, you see that fucking thing just barreling down the highway.
Would literally run over so many fucking kids.
Oh, that's perfect. We should do this instead for the OPP. The OPP,
The kids will be fine. All they have to do is just like duck, and it'll just go over their head. No issue. It's just that
Just
tall.
like lay
that
down.
is true. Yeah, you could just lay down.
I can't wait for Ford to have a new marketing video talking about like here's what you can do to prevent yourself from getting run over. In the event that you see a truck barreling towards you, lay down flat on your back. Remain calm.
That could be a good
Advertisement.
yeah, visual advertisement.
Who's the fucking CEO of Ford? All right, I'm on fucking fire today. I need to be in contact with Zuckerberg.
Yeah, we need to start exposing these people. Like what the like what possible where do we even start with this? What possible uses could you use for this?
I like
What would
that.
you
Imagine going to your high school prom and that. All right.
what the fuck? You just hear the which fucking diesel engine in the background. You're just shouting over the engine because it's so fucking loud. Yeah, just come in here.
Battle bus type shit. I love it.
Yeah. It's fucking road battle bus.
That is like a party bus, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that having more practical uses than the vehicles above it.
Like
honestly.
I could okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Personally though, I mean I would see it more as like a tow truck or like a only for like commercial uses, but like all of these like you know, personalized ones are just it's freaky. All right.
We live in a good automotive world. But meanwhile, my
Yeah.
ideal vehicle,
What was that?
um, let's see if I can find a good image. Um,
that.
you sound surprised.
I am.
Okay, I love the styling, alright? I don't know why. It just looks... Where did I fucking save it to? There we go. God damn it.
What? I'm not clicking on that.
Click it.
AMG. Sorry,
What
that's the F750.
What the fuck is that? It looks
That's
like
the
it's
biggest.
supposed
That's
to
the
go
biggest one they
underwater.
come with. F750s.
Was it supposed to go underwater? What else are you supposed to do with it?
It's like it says it's a bug out truck, so I don't know what the fuck that means. Here, I'm clicking on it. Fuck, made me download something. It just gave me a bunch of bullshit. I can copy and paste an Apple logo though.
Nice. Can I just delete it? What? What is that? What am I looking at?
I sent an Apple logo.
Why? Are you an Apple shill?
That was part of the fucking data that you sent me.
Oh.
It didn't. The photo didn't work. Holy shit. Can you imagine, like, yeah, I live in my truck. Like, oh man, I feel so bad for you. You fucking see that parked outside?
I mean, that one I can understand. I'm sure someone tries to
Yeah.
live in that daily. It
Dude,
still
that's
looks
crazy. Yeah, I mean, imagine just like the sheer size of it too, and then just yeah, that thing's like all-wheel drive. That's like it's literally perfect. It's a perfect self-sustaining vehicle. OPP militia.
I'm trying to think like what would be a good OPP militia vehicle. Oh, I know. What? What? What is so funny?
That's what you thought of.
Shut up, alright? It's good. You wouldn't understand that this is a status symbol. Where the fuck did I save it? I can never find where I saved this shit. God damn it.
Oh shit. Did they redeem themselves? Wait, look at this. Hold up.
Copy paste the image.
No? Maybe? Okay. G-Wagon.
Why?
Because it's a G-Wagon. It looks
so
cool.
fucking expensive to repair.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a G-Wagon. It's fun.
What's fun about it?
You
How
go
is that going to be How is that going to be helpful militarily?
Because these are military spec vehicles.
How so? I've
They're
never
still-
seen that.
Okay. Let me type it in. G-Wagon.
You know what I have seen? You know what we can use?
A Toyota Tacoma. I've seen the Taliban use those too. Yeah, I fucking...
Literally, like I've seen like militarized Toyotas on base, like behind like fences.
Alright. Military spec Mercedes G-Wagon announced with more power, more torque. You probably know that the boxy and burly SUV was initially developed as a military vehicle, more so a status symbol now. Several nations still use a military spec G-Wagon for uniformed personnel. So I don't know if it's
Not scratch.
America that uses G-Wagons.
She's just clawing it more.
But there are countries in the world that use the G-Wagons as a military vehicle because it's got good off-roading capabilities, good towing capabilities, plenty of storage.
Okay, I mean,
It's
maybe
supposedly reliable.
at this point I would just get a fucking Humvee then, though.
Humvees look fucking stupid. It's Mercedes, right? You got comfort too. You got class.
You got class. Looks like a fucking mafia truck. Yeah, I can see that. Less militarized, more mafia looking.
I don't know, Molly. Between the G-Wagon and the Toyota Hilux, which one would you rather be in if you were in Afghanistan?
Which one's which?
The one that says Hilux is
Okay.
Hilux.
I would yeah, maybe the Toyota symbol might give something away too.
And just maybe.
That is true. I mean, both you like fucking be obliterated if you like roll over a anti-truck or anti-vehicle mine. So I'd rather die in comfort.
Yeah, no, you have to choose. You're in
Okay.
Afghanistan, all right. You have to choose a vehicle. Which one are you taking?
G-Wagon.
Good choice.
All right.
I would love to own both, though. That Toyota
most-
Hilux, that looks good, though. I agree.
Yeah. The most recent one is the
What the fuck is that?
that's the OPP. It's the OPP truck that we're gonna take down the road.
I mean, yeah, we could like have all of our guests in the back.
All in military attire.
Yeah.
It's so fucking tough.
What are your thoughts on people that are in the army?
I think it's time for a break.
Give
Actually,
HR
we can return with that. I do actually have to take a piss. So
I guess yeah. Molly will.
My time to shine.
Yeah.
it is your time to shine.
I'll
I
keep
will be
the
right
army
back.
distracted while she pulls up her script.
All right, we'll be right back with this interesting podcast. We're gonna return with topic. What are my thoughts on individuals in the army?
Go.
Have you ever had this super annoying person in your life that you wanted to get rid of? Or do you know someone that's a terrible person that doesn't deserve to know what true happiness is? Because we can help. We'll get rid of the person for you. All you have to do is give us a jingle at 1-800-800-8080 and provide us with a description, a name, and a place. All for a very low fee. Once you call us, you'll never have to deal with this person again. Your information does not get shared and will be deleted as soon as the initial call is over. So no legal action shall be taken for you. You'll be free to live a happy life the second you make the call, until your last breath. However that may come. We hope to hear from you very soon. Bye-bye.
So that was a good advertisement we just heard, ladies and gentlemen. If you are suffering, or if you know someone that's suffering,
From an
please
annoying person,
don't hesitate to call that provided number.
to call 1-800-800-8080.
What was the thought process behind creating this advertisement?
It was the first thing that popped into my head. I was told this morning that it was my turn for a script, and I had work. So I quick used my 30-minute lunch break. That half of it was used for eating, half of it was for that script.
Snazzy.
No, it was probably because of the show that I'm currently rewatching now. I just saw this scene where in the flashback, the girl poisoned her husband that she married just because she was going to lose custody of her daughter. And then she called the biker gang that she was a part of before she had a baby to get rid of the body.
What show is this?
Ginny and Georgia.
What the fuck?
It's on Netflix. It's so freaking weird. Like, actually, it's really weird. She killed another person by poison too. Her second husband.
This is a show that you watched as a kid?
No, just last year. Season 2. It's 2 seasons in. The second season came out last winter.
Alright. And
Welcome back, everyone. I didn't hear what you said. I did just come back to when you said you wrote it on your lunch break, which, again, um, I'll do better at with reminding you. So that is my fault. I'll take it as my fault.
Is that what you were texting me about last week?
Yeah, I was like, I was shouting at you, and then I forgot that like our guest already made one, and I'm like, oh, it's perfect. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Because if you would have told me then, you could have just been like, do it for next week.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be that guy, you know?
That's fair.
See, as long as you understand.
Just could have
Like that-
given me a bit of a heads up then. Just be like, hey, we have the advertisement for this week. Just
Yeah,
so you
I
know,
mean,
on schedule for next week.
it'll get easier now since we're on a more consistent schedule. Since now it's gonna be every other. So it's like next week it's Amadeus, and then a week after it's me again.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great because I have like 2 other topics for the fad. More to come because I have a new ghostwriter. And speaking of cars, our last guest, he was actually a mechanic at one point, so that I think the car topic would be interesting to talk to him about as well. Next time he's on.
I better
But
be on the next time he's on. I think it would be...
he should be. I mean, he said he was listening to this. He was going to listen to this one, but I only see one viewer, and that's myself. So I appreciate everyone that I told about this podcast. But nobody's listening. Nobody cares. But yeah, what was your question again?
My question?
That was the question that Amadeus was asking earlier.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on army people that join the army?
All right. My thoughts on army people. I would say like 40% of them are like brainwashed, like American conservatards. Maybe a good 20. Maybe a good 60 is there for the benefits alone. It could be a mix of the 40 I already said.
Mm-hmm.
A good chunk is just here for the benefits. It's interesting. So I think in basic, initially they kind of like throw you into this like melting pot, like kind of pool of random people that you start getting an idea like, all right, everyone has a different background, everyone has a different reason for joining. I would say a good chunk. I would say like the majority of them are like brainwashed in the sense. Just kind of like they get some sort of brain rot going on. Like they don't have any other tangible skills or ideas in their minds, so they sign up to kill people.
The whole reason why I'm asking, you remember the one girl that you had a crush on back in NCA? Cyan? She was in the play, right? Was she?
Yep. The...
My daughter.
No.
No?
What?
She was originally cast as...
Yeah, she was originally casted as the character as her same name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except it was spelled different.
But then...
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. We ran into her at Walmart, and she is in a relationship with someone that is currently in the army.
Cringe. All right, what kind of army? Is it a National Guard or is it a real army?
She didn't specify.
She just said army.
He's gone. He's getting back in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps narrow it down. I mean, I asked her what her thoughts were on the Air Force, and she said Chair Force.
Cringe. Cringe. She's not even in.
That's what.
No, she's in. She's a military wife. She's in.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, one of those fucking depend upon him as That's what they call him here. All right.
I'll holler that next time I see her.
Last I heard
Did
is
you
he was.
did you guys talk to her about me? Did you tell her that I was in the army?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
That's called the Air Force.
because we mentioned that what you were in.
You mentioned that I was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Why'd you say I was in the Air Force?
That's what you're in, right?
Airborne.
Are you fucking with me?
That's what you're in, right?
I'm in the army. What? What? So you told. All right. If I were to still care about this person, you told this person that I was in. All right.
I said you gotta.
I'm surprised.
That's what I said.
It could have been so much better too, because since I jump out of planes, that means I'm better than her significant other too.
Well, that was implied as soon as we mentioned the
No.
planes part.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the jumping out of plane part.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any educated person, if they hear Air Force jumping out of planes, there is no airborne unit in the Air Force, right? So everyone would just think, oh, they're a PJ then. They're a, which is Special Forces Air Force. So, I mean, in a sense, I guess you did compliment me.
You're welcome. We got to make you look good to
Damn.
Her and her 3-year-long relationship or something.
Yeah. Well,
You not what
awesome.
at what point did you think that I was in a different branch?
She just kind of assumed that's what you were in when I mentioned that you jump out of planes.
Oh, she was the one who assumed that.
Yeah.
And we didn't disagree.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's an insult. All right. Unless I'm commissioned, that's an insult to me. But,
What should we say? What should we say? What branch are you in? Should we make up something, or just tell the truth?
to say that I'm
Special
in the airborne branch, which doesn't fucking exist.
You did say try to correct her and say born when she first said Air Force, I think.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm proud of you for that.
I don't think she heard you.
It's good.
But I mean, all she needs to know is that I jump out of planes. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Man, that's cringe. This whole conversation's cringe.
You'll win her back. She's gonna be thinking about you, Jason. It's all good.
I mean, I'm in her head now. This guy's good, but does he jump out of planes? Does he have the balls to do that?
We should send him a link to this episode.
We should invite her on.
That would be I think that'd be a pretty fucking awful episode.
No, I think that would be interesting. I think we should. I mean, we worked with Mara. I think even if we had Taya on again, I think it would be fine.
I mean, okay, if Taya were to
We've gotten better at talking to people. We've gotten better at getting people to open up. We're like the new Joe Rogans, all right? I'm telling you, we just need the right traction, and we're golden.
We just need to edge them a little bit, kind of insult them.
Yeah.
Be harsh.
Insult them in a certain regard. I
Get
feel
them
in the first couple of seconds they start talking, you start pick up on what kind of person they are, and then like a comedian, you start with the soft poking at people, and then as you get deeper into the bit, you start easing into the more harsher topics.
Yeah.
But
I think that I don't know. I mean, who is the other love of your life? Esperanto?
stop. I actually saw her when
Oh shit.
she went to the same college I did.
And you didn't
I just didn't say anything. I saw her and
That's not Rizzler behavior, right there.
I'm not a. All right, I do have that loader riz, but like not right now. All right, not then. I do now, but that the loader rizzler behavior.
You should copyright that.
Good.
Loader Riz.
That's horrible.
Get a look
Fuck
at
it.
this.
Look, take a look at this guy.
Your last name works for it better than my last name if I tried to put Riz at the end of it.
For some reason, people keep like my last name or like my name in general is just the name that everyone just they throw shit around. I'll tell. I mean, I could mention it more once we're off air, but
Philip yet?
stop. What did you say?
Okay.
Did you know this song? It comes from a game,
Really?
and it's a free like pixelated top down. Kind of like something we're working on, but like the area they walk into is like decommissioned barracks. So I think this song does like really represent barracks.
We should play that around like at the barracks. And
Just
tell
just
them
play it
what-
on the speakers.
Yeah. How the fuck did you find out about that? Did you just like get curious, or did you find a video explaining where the sound came from?
I just kind of it just kind of came to me
What the
in a
fuck does
dream.
that
So I was
fuck does that
all
mean?
right. So like, there's this guy who fucking it's like IDK Sterling, who does a fucking annoying ass shit where it's like
Yeah.
you've seen it. I bet you've seen it before. It's like, I wouldn't eat this for $1 million, and then it's oh ho ho, and then it has
Yeah.
that sound or some shit,
Yep, I've seen it.
and it has that sound in the background. So I tried finding what the song was. That like just came, found from the music, but it's like Yumi Nikki. That's the name of the. It's Yumi Nikki. I might play this tonight. Get some inspiration from this. But it is on Steam. A 2004 adventure game. Holy shit, this is an old game. But the name is Barracks Settlement theme. So there's like videos where like you walk into certain areas. Or you walk into this area and then all of a sudden it doesn't sound like it comes from a name though. Or
No.
it doesn't sound like it comes from a game though. It's just
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm biased. It's just forever going to be the TikTok sound, but
I don't even think about it as a TikTok sound. It's just it is like an eerie song. Like it is kind of disturbing to listen to. In a sense. I mean, IDK Sterling really ruined it because that's all I think about
Yeah.
now. It's
yeah.
like
Would you jump in this water for
Yeah,
1,000? Oh, okay.
that's why I had that one video like don't go on this website or it'll kill you or something. What'd I say? I tried doing something similar and I'll have to record over that still.
Yeah. I need to make better content. It's been a while since I've made like an actual skit.
Yeah. I mean mine is cringe, but like at least I'm trying, alright? Don't go to this website if you would like to wake up tomorrow. And then it's that song. It's that music.
The comments just, what? What?
Yeah. Getting boring ass people.
I think you need to put a female filter on and you'll actually get some views on your videos.
Maybe if I did. I wonder if I did, yeah. I mean I did that one Barbie filter.
Oh, that fucking hideous thing?
Do that hideous video where I become like a SJW.
That could have been you. All it would have taken is just one different friend group.
What do you mean by that? one different friend group, and I became an SJW.
What friend group would you have had to have been a part of for that to have occurred?
Probably if I stuck with the original, the OG friend group.
Who was that?
What is that? The one other female at the time. I think she moved to Texas or some shit. Or no, she moved to Better Call Saul State. And then Molly.
Yeah.
So all it would have taken was just one more person, and he would have been that.
Yeah, and then if I had one less person in my life, aka Hunter, you didn't fabricate shit and then tell me about it later, and then yeah, it was a crazy time. Look at me now. I'm jumping out of planes and I'm drunk like all the fucking time. So
It's so weird to think still that we've been in the same like friend group since the 7th grade.
yeah,
Like we keep going into the same group.
that's what I'm saying. We're literally like the main characters.
Yeah.
Like the world revolves around us because we're the apparently, the most interesting part of the friend group. Even though I definitely was not interesting when I was younger. I was just like I was just a fat kid. I didn't really say anything controversial. I didn't say anything fun. I didn't really start getting fun until I started like joking about Elias's like sexual tendencies as a joke. And then he got like pissed off that one. That was amazing.
What year was that? Like 10th grade?
Yeah, it was definitely sophomore, freshman year. And what incited it more was Christian was there. And he was there when I said that. He laughed. Like, he laughed at Elijah's reaction. Like, you know what? Stop saying that. I want you to...
What did you say?
I think I just said, like, the normal thing. Like, oh, is that what you do to your sister or something like that? And then he just went off. Like, that was, like, the last, like, hay on the horse's back.
It's just not nice to infer that someone's fucking their sister, Jason. It's very weird.
Which is funny because still my favorite part of that is when he did it to me one time. I remember that like everyone went quiet and just kind of stared at him like, you know how old his sister is? Dude, that's fucked up. So like one time he tried getting back at me.
It just completely backfired.
It just made him look like a pedo.
Yeah.
Next time we're on call with him, we should mention that.
we should have him on as a guest.
That'd be kind of funny.
That's why we need this to go somewhere. He's literally like that one guy who left Apple before Apple made it big.
Yeah, he's the fucking person that leaves before it gets big, and then it's this whole thing. Yeah, that's perfect. We have the building blocks to a traditional success story. Now we just need we need ignition. We need a catalyst.
That's what I'm saying. We need our PR to do her job.
On it.
On it. Is this what inspires you, this episode?
I'm gonna grab a water. I will be right back.
OPP billboard with a QR code to our Twitch.
That would be good.
God damn it.
Dead air.
Dead air.
Sorry, it's turning on a light. Gotta make this room more OPP-ish.
PP. Oh.
PP.
Put the phone down.
Oh,
Start
PP.
thinking.
Hey, I've noticed that your lack of like thank you for your service, especially when like Veterans Day came and passed, you guys didn't really thank me.
Was I supposed to?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And I think the only way you guys can thank me is financially.
Insert cash or select payment type.
I don't think so. You already get enough of our money.
Insert cash or select payment type.
I said no.
Insert
Insert
Insert cash or select payment type.
Is that a no?
That's a no.
Okay.
I guess I already used your card. Shit.
I have heard this soundboard go off more than like 7 times since I've stepped away.
Sorry, I really like these sounds that I put on. I saw a video of like someone who's like annoying. What's that? Like that usual like online influencer like annoying random strangers who are just trying to live their life kind of thing. But it's like they're just hauling around like a big speaker, and then one of the people just put on
Insert cash or select payment type.
It just made no fucking sense. That's why I like it. 2 wars. Let's talk about World War One, guys, and World War Two.
So Jason, if you were sent to World War One with a pistol, a rifle, and a knife, and you were at your physical prime, how long do you think it'll take before you just end the war?
That is interesting. Considering that usually any military doesn't really give you a sidearm if they already gave you a rifle.
No,
Typically,
this-
sidearms are reserved for our officers or people who are in higher positions.
That's stupid.
In a rare sense that they give you a sidearm, like Special Forces, if they gave me... Yeah, it would literally just be like Battlefield 1. All right, I'd literally just disintegrate their military. Like, they blow the whistle for me to, like, hop the trench, and, like, it's just me running out there.
You wouldn't die.
I wouldn't. I'd hop down, and I just, like... And, like, you know, all trenches are just, you know, straight. So I just, like, shoot a bunch in one direction, and then turn around and shoot a bunch in the other. And everyone's dead. It's like, I took that trench.
So how many days is it taking you to win?
5.
Molly, how many days is it taking you to win World War One?
I don't think I would win.
How do you think you would die?
Shot.
By who?
My own people.
Friendly fire? I mean, that
I
is a
see.
pretty big... I mean, it's harder nowadays considering maybe people put on, like, tape and shit. But back then, yeah, I could see that. I feel like you would accidentally shoot yourself, though. Bad weapon discipline.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
No, I don't think you'd shoot yourself.
You like
Is
shoot
it
yourself in the
like-
foot on accident as she's
No.
holstering your weapon?
Jason, you can confirm this. Like, the biggest part about trigger discipline, you always keep your finger on the trigger, so that way you know where the trigger is. Like, even if you're pointing it around other people or near your
Right.
feet, your
Yeah.
finger doesn't slip and hit it.
Always keep your finger on the trigger. Point the
what-
weapon in
Trigger.
a lethal
Ow.
direction at all times.
Yeah, you'd be fine. She passed the test, alright?
Yeah.
She passed the test. She wouldn't.
Point the weapon wherever the fuck you want, you know, because you intend to shoot everything.
Like, when you're pointing out, like, a pimple on someone's face, just like...
Yeah.
Let me take it off for you.
Just graze it off. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why'd you steal my glasses?
My glasses now. I want to put them on. Glasses swap. See, this is why you need a relationship, Jason, because you can... Holy fuck, you are blind.
See, it's always like better when you get like a one glasses wearer wearing another person's glasses. Because if it's like someone who doesn't wear glasses and says, "Holy fuck, you're blind," like they don't have a perspective.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? I feel like I'm looking in a fishbowl. Like, what?
I am like very blind out of my left eye.
What the fuck is this? I don't... I feel like I look stupid right now. Those glasses are definitely too big on you, but...
Oh, fun fact, my eyes are worse than what these glasses actually show, though, because
Maybe you need new glasses.
yeah, I need new glasses.
I need new glasses too. I gotta get prescription safety glasses, ideally, for a job. It was kind of good. Had a company-wide phone call, and they were talking about pretty much the cost of insurance. It would have been great. I would have been able to get medical, vision, and dental, all for like um $102.
Yeah.
Decent quality insurance from what I've asked the people. But they announced that for individuals, just like single person, you'll be probably getting an increase of around like 50%. For people that have their spouse as well as their kids, you're already paying like $350, you're gonna get like a 90% increase.
What the fuck? 90%?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, almost double. Almost fucking $700-800 for insurance out of your pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, the price had remained unchanged for 13 years before this, so they tried their best. But I got to listen in on like 5 different technicians just bitching, airing out some dirty laundry to the CEO of the fucking company. It was pretty interesting. I could have joined in. I could have told him, like, during that phone call, I was kind of bored because, like, all meetings, he just, like, babbles about stupid shit.
Yeah.
I was just looking up, like, how much net revenue the parent company has made. So, just, like, tell him, well, if you took a pay cut, yada yada, so forth, you know what rhetoric I'm about to say.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's still not bad. I mean, even with the increase for an individual, like if the insurance is still halfway decent, me paying like 160 isn't the worst. It's not great. But I was talking to one of the guys that have been there, the not the longest, but one of the guys that have been there longest. He's been there for about 5 years now, and he's kind of like the most experienced person within our region. Um, Typically, from just his salary alone, he makes about 2,000 per paycheck, um, after taxes, but because of all of his bonuses, what we call revenue-based bonus. So, you know what? Let me just start from the very top. Like I said earlier, they go to primarily gas stations to do compliance testing for fuel systems. Say there are parts that need to be replaced. You can charge the gas station like additional labor for something, like if they haven't done it and they're supposed to do it and you do it, you can charge them additional labor. But let's say you put in a new part, you make a small percentage of revenue based off of that part. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it is reoccurring revenue. So he's been working there for about 5 years, so I tried to just get him to answer the fucking question. How much money do you make per paycheck as a whole? And he was saying anywhere between $6,000 to $7,000.
you're never supposed to ask a man that.
Fuck that. I made sure to ask that right away. I mean, 5 years is a fair, it's a decent amount of time, but like $6,000 to $7,000 per paycheck, 10 grand a month. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
More. That's just a little bit ridiculous.
Just a
In a good
little.
way. In a good way. I can fucking finance the OPP checks.
Yeah.
If it increase our views.
If I could, I would kind of try and like run, like if I had my own company. Like if said like OPP or like the other company that we have going on like goes anywhere, I would try and like form it around the military in a sense.
How so? Like we have military minutes, or
Yeah, yeah, military minute. That's it. Yeah, that's,
Alright.
that's the only thing I'd add. I think that would make everything better. No, but if you had like free healthcare and then kind of
Mhm.
like for here, I mean, there's a reason why they care so much for like medical readiness, because you need to make sure everyone's like physically, mentally fit
Yeah.
to perform their military tasks, But
Free
like,
healthcare, free therapy.
yeah. But if that was like kind of like required, like in the sense of like you're working your normal job and then your job all of a sudden, like, when was the last time you had a dentist appointment? And like, if your dental was free through the job, like, they kind of you'd be kind of like, all right, my leadership actually cares, or like in the sense, another thing would be more like longer weekends.
Yeah.
Because like if people are being as productive during the week, or like being like productive, and then all of a sudden they they have like a 4-day coming up or some shit, like you're gonna want to be more productive for that upcoming 4 day, especially like if it's a job you enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll like, okay, I'm working for 3 days. The company's been treating me good, so let me bust my ass, get this shit knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that difficult to, as a manager, if you have a good system, like a company that does a lot of nice things for the employees, it can't be that difficult to like, recognize the good employees that are not cheating or abusing the system, and the ones that are abusing it or just like being lazy as fuck, you can just, okay, you're not working out.
Yeah.
But no, people will always abuse it.
Of
I don't
course,
know.
yeah. I mean, what were you saying? Like the companies abuse it, or like the
Employees abuse it. So like you'd have, say in this perfect company, free healthcare, and you get like your typical work week is, let's say you work 4 days, 3 days off, then you work 3 days, 4 days off, with the expectation that like, yeah, you give you all this time off, so when you are here, do your shit. But the people that just like skirt on by.
Do they accommodate for time blindness?
That is true. Is this in our
Oh
company
yeah, that's
club?
right. We gotta talk about that too. I mean, one thing I wouldn't like if I had my own like company, I would not accommodate for time blindness.
No.
What?
Especially if I'm giving you all that fucking like extra shit that other companies don't. Like at least like somebody genuinely giving a shit about their employees.
Yeah.
And then
So
you have the audacity to like, I had time blindness this morning.
what if I show up and this is my first offense 5 minutes late, and I apologize?
So like
That's a
copying the military, I would probably smoke the shit out of you. So like
All right.
drop you on the
How
floor, make you do push-ups.
what would you do if it was my first day at your job and I was 5 minutes late and I apologized?
first day.
Yeah.
I would probably just make sure to be like, okay, make sure this doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Personally,
Jason,
I personally wouldn't say anything. I'd wait. If it becomes a regular thing, then I'd call you in. But like I'd give you the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, if it's the first day, if it's like they've been working for
Yeah,
a
I mean
while,
first impressions mean a lot, but it's like it doesn't tell you everything about the person. So I just give them the benefit of the doubt.
that's fair.
And then like do like as much as you can to be like good to this person. If they keep fucking you over, then it's at that point it's not your fault.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we could run an amazing company. We would be great managers. All right. Hey, two of us here have actual management experience. I'm actually a fucking god at training people how to do shit.
Yeah.
Once I can do it myself.
All right. Eventually I'll have sergeant experience, so that'll be like that's basically management. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I almost got manager experience, but like apparently I was too young. And then somebody younger than me got manager position, so
This was Burger King, right?
Yeah, Burger
Yeah,
King.
Harley got manager position.
He doesn't deserve it. I literally did.
He wasn't the Burger King. Yeah.
He wasn't the Burger King. I had 2 Employee of the Months. I was the Burger King.
You know, it does upset me that I never once got fucking Employee of the Month, and by the time I made manager, you can't be nominated for it.
It's fucked.
Actually pissed me off.
Well, you're too high speed for it. That's why.
I don't see Employee of the Month. Like, granted I don't go into as many fast food places anymore, but I really don't see the like Employee of the Month thing anymore. They've stopped doing it.
Was that a pedophile?
People
That, like-
probably got pissy and were like, "But I did so good. Like, why is this person doing this when they did all these things that shouldn't qualify for Employee of the Month?"
I would fire them on the spot. No,
There's probably just too many pissy employees that they just are like, "Okay, you know what? Fine, we just won't do it anymore."
Was Trick Liner Duck ever played them on?
no. Wait,
I feel like
it
you
upsets me that
said he has been.
he might have been.
Trick Liner Duck is a pedophile and direct.
Pick him up to go.
There were some manager meetings where like I got to weigh in on who got Employee of the Month, and those were kind of fun. I mean, obviously it just goes to the people that we're friends with, but you know, they're still like actually competent at their job. They're just really fun to work with. Or I remember one time I promised someone, if you can stay an extra 2 hours, I will do my fucking damnedest at the next meeting to make sure I will try and sell people that you are the best employee here. I don't think he got it, but
Who would you like? I feel like a lot of like Employee of the Month is like skewed nowadays. Like they're not like the best employee. Like what kind of employee would you give Employee of the Month to?
the best employee. Okay. Well, I'm looking at two things, which is like the only two things that you can do: your work and then just how nice, how fun of a person you are. I guess you don't have to be fun,
Yeah.
but if you're like easy enough to talk to, maybe not even just me. If it's like a customer service based job, I can see that you're doing pretty well with customers. As well as the fact that like you can do your shit. You're not awful. You're not constantly fucking up, even though you shouldn't be. I guess that would
Yeah,
be
you
my ideal.
shouldn't be to begin with. So like, what's above and beyond?
Well, above and beyond, I'm limited by like my previous job experiences as to what I think above and beyond is, but staying late, um, resolving a situation, handling like an upset or handling a situation very well, or doing like what I would have done.
So it could be like, you know, this one thing he did. Like, would you like make customer service like a priority?
I guess it depends on the business, but if customers are a part of
What
my
if-
business,
Yeah,
it
what
would
if
be a
it's like
substantial part of it? Yeah.
what if it's like McDonald's and it's like
Yeah, then customer service would be essential. I would want to personally talk to each of our waiters and waitresses, our server staff. I mean, you know, people that are applying for the job obviously fucking know how to talk to people, and because they get tips from it.
Right.
But ideally, I'd want to, you know, pay them like a decent wage plus tips, so that way there's, you know, like incentive to stick for my fucking company because you'll get paid really well. So you know, smile, act nice. Ladies, flirt with the guys. Men, don't flirt with the women, and you'll get your tip.
yeah. um yeah.
I'd be a great restaurant owner.
But what if it was like a, you know, for lack of a better term, the cringe term, Karen, you know, comes in and
Is her complaint
it was like
partially
complaint
justified, or is
they're
it completely
complaining and it's like completely unjustified and
no?
the employee
making-
literally said go fuck yourself.
If she escalated it to the point of swearing and screaming first, I would have no reprimand. If like,
What if it was like he was the first one to say it and like ma'am, if you killed yourself tonight, I highly
No.
doubt anyone in your family would care. nor would anyone inside the vicinity of, your area would find out or even care to find out for months until your stench, fills the apartment.
If that person's an employee, I'll have to talk to them, but if they're a friend,
Their
yeah.
employee and the friend.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're getting away with it. If Karen's being that much of a bitch.
Yeah.
Best
If it was something
example,
like Trickliner Duck, what would you do?
to have the fucking bouncer just uppercut him.
That's fair.
Actually, you know what? No, let me see if I can find you a gif of what I want our bouncer to do to Trickliner Duck.
I still can't believe they're still a direct competitor because they have 146 subscribers. Their last the last thing they uploaded was 2 years ago, and it was just GTA cutscenes. And I was asking, like, because it's unoriginal content, I was asking, dang, where'd you learn to render these? And he says, straight from my PS4, LOL.
Advanced humor right there.
Yeah.
You know what?
I disliked it. He has 0 likes.
Molly, how would you run a restaurant?
Run a restaurant?
Yeah.
All right, I like that video. It's just the bouncer would do. I like how the bouncer is literally Omni-Man.
Yeah. Wait, you've seen Invincible?
Huh?
You've seen Invincible?
No, I know the guy's name. I want to watch it at this point.
Do it. But yeah, Smollett.
I don't even know where to.
All right, goddamn it, Jason, it's your turn.
I've never had like any restaurant or fast food experience.
Exactly. You don't need
So
to.
I don't.
Just talk out of your ass. Just make shit up.
I'm not good at that.
Just do it anyway.
Hooters, but gender swapped.
Fuck you. You're done. You're kicked off.
Femboy humor or femboy humor? Femboy Hooters? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. What was the question again?
All right, Jason. So if you had to run a restaurant, how would you like to talk to your employees? How would you deal with customers that are nice to you, customers that are cunts to you?
Okay. So my ideal restaurant was a restaurant that I came up with in freshman year.
Whatever, man.
Stop. You're releasing too much information. Yeah, it would be that. Don't eat out of a can. Come to whatever, man. Yeah, because like people like always like, where do you want to eat tonight? And he's like, whatever, man. It's like, all right, I guess we're going there.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, it sounds good. So we have like an insult bin, and then like, most of the orders are done off of iPad, and then iPads are obviously like wiped down.
Describe insult man to me, please, because I know I've heard this concept done at other locations.
Okay, so like it's kind of like it's. I came up with this before I heard about Dick's Last Resort, right? So it would be kind of like that, but like they would go into you more.
That's
more of like an adult themed restaurant, and like you're
you
incentivized to like come up with good insults and like be on your toes about it.
You can bring your kids, but it doesn't mean they're not going to target your kids. Like, oh, you're a loud one. You shut the fuck up for a change. Yeah,
and then there's a compliment guy that comes around too as well. Like they're more rare than the insultman. it was going to be an interesting
good food and interesting
person. Yeah, there's like going to be like a bar area. I mean I have all this written down somewhere. Like if I could make a restaurant, it would definitely be that concept. How would it interact with bad customers? They most likely wouldn't exist, because like if they came in there and saw the insultman and like they didn't know what the restaurant was about, A, they're already fucked, and B, they'd probably like just leave in rage. So
they'd call the police.
Call the police. All right, if it got to that level, they call the police. I feel like, I mean, considering it's a local police department, they would already kind of know what my restaurant's about. So then they'd show up and like, what the fuck are we doing here? Now it depends on what. If it escalated a level and somebody's called the police, I gotta start asking like, what the fuck did they say to this guy? Hop on Fortnite. I'm not touching that game. What is this? What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Why are they kissing?
That's what I'm asking.
How do I send this to Isaac?
Type literally. Somebody type literally anything in opinions.
Anything?
Yeah, just type anything. Just type something.
You said in opinions.
Yeah.
All right.
Why?
Fuck you. I knew you were gonna do that, but you're boring as fuck.
Me?
Yeah.
You told me to write something, so I put something.
Oh my god. That's not funny.
Your audio cutting out during that panic attack of a laugh. That was pretty good, actually.
That was pretty funny.
It's good.
I like your restaurant idea, though. That sounds good.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't like-
I have more of a written down.
I hate yours.
And the person who actually left this business
Not
was
me.
actually the co-founder of this. But I came up with most of it, so I'd win the legal battle. But we still gonna talk about.
Yeah, we can still talk about it.
Wait,
I'm
what
sorry,
is-
I kind of just killed our other host.
All right. No, that's all right. Make sure you talk about something funny. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Amadeus Kyouma. Thank you for joining us so far. For those that are listening to this back on whatever fucking website you're on, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Otherwise, you know, we can look at some interesting shit that's happened this week. There's always something happening in the world. 125 interesting facts about practically everything. The world's oldest wooden wheel has been around for more than 5,000 years. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy.
I do agree with that.
With what?
With what you just said?
That the world's oldest wooden wheel is more than 5,000 years old?
Yep. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's
Dead skin cells
Alright.
are a main ingredient in household dust.
well, what is it like? I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious knowledge. What is it like in 7 years? You're like a new person because of how your cells regenerate.
Hey,
But we got to talk about the Minnesota flag. So as you know, OPP is an endorser of Minnesota for undisclosed reasons, and are literally Minnesota's podcast that like our main viewership is from Minnesota. So I didn't want to make sure you guys know that. So they're coming up with a new state flag, which is a long time coming because I've actually looked into it before, and like a lot of state flags are boring as fuck, and it's just like literally just the state's seal on the flag, and it's just like a blue color. But like we got some new contenders for it, and a lot of them look like they've been made on Microsoft Paint, but I can send the link to the article here to opinions.
What is it? CBS News.
It is CBS News.
Yeah, the
my favorite one so far. I actually don't have a favorite. These both look like shit.
F944. That's my favorite one.
The second place.
Yeah.
I mean, the first place pick, the like won the mock poll.
It looks like Sweden.
I can literally make that in Microsoft's Paint in like 5 seconds because that's stars in Microsoft Paint. But the interesting thing is that we didn't contribute to it. We should have. I didn't realize it was a real thing when I found out about it. I would have totally submitted Opinion Planet, like the OP Opinion Planet podcast as a flag. That would have been perfect. But they were throwing some heinous shit in there. Like they had like random dogs in there and memes. Some guy's fucking table.
That'd be a good state flag.
Some guy's table. Yeah.
Take a fucking picture of a potato.
Is unique. Yeah. I do like the snow because I mean that's like a very big trope of Minnesota, but like I feel like I do like the second one better. It's got rivers. Because, it got 10,000 lakes. There's some water in there.
But actually 11,228 lakes. I think Minnesota has like 11,000 lakes, technically.
Yeah, it's called Land 1,000 Lakes, just to make it easier. What do you want to say? 11,000 lakes?
Yeah.
But like per like square mile or some shit, like Alaska does have more lakes than Minnesota.
I think you would thrive in Alaska.
I think I would. I was hoping I'd get a sign there. But I got here the fucking
maybe next year.
maybe a couple years from now. I'm actually curious if I could. I could try. You know what? Next year I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if we can go to Alaska. Fuck it.
What does Alaska even have to offer?
I think it's like 60% males there, so that's a benefit. A lot more like clear skies. There's less light pollution.
Good scenery. A lot of mountains.
Good scenery, yeah. Like it's easier to see northern lights.
My best friend from 2nd grade was from Alaska, and she hated it.
Well, they were probably a pussy then. I mean, honestly. Am I right or am I right?
I don't remember. It was 2nd grade. It's weird.
We were supposed to be able to see the northern lights in this state last night or 2 nights ago, but
there's like, so for you guys it's like more rare. But like for me, it's like literally impossible. Like good luck kind of thing.
Maybe we should
Maybe, just maybe, if it's timed and done right, we could maybe like see a space launch. I've never seen one. Like I've heard of like cases where like if there's like a space launch from Florida that you could, maybe see like a trail from like the eastern US, which is probably stops at South Carolina, honestly, but like my area maybe. I don't know.
Maybe we should just go to Canada.
Gang goes to Canada.
Yeah, the population's about equal to that of LA. Nice scenery. Shit's more expensive by a
Shit
fair
is
amount.
more expensive, yeah. We should. I mean, we could go there for a trip. For sure. Once we start getting that OPP money, we're going on like trips to everywhere. But
All around the world.
World tour.
yeah, around the world in 60 days. Is that what it is?
Well, if we got to like that level, we'd just be doing other podcasts with other podcasters. That would be
That would be kind of cool. Like a podcast around the world in 60 days.
yeah.
I mean,
Report.
I'd have my pilot's license by then, so we wouldn't have to pay a pilot. That'd be perfect.
New numbers from the federal government show that the average American needs nearly $11,500 in additional funds just to maintain the same standard of living they enjoyed in 2021.
Stop.
The Joint Economic Committee says Minnesotans need nearly $13,000 to afford the same standard of living they had just in 2021.
Minnesota's a good state. What are you talking about?
Colorado is the highest at 15,000. Arkansas is at the low end, just less than 10,000.
Okay, so like if you think about it, right? Arkansas hasn't legalized marijuana, but Colorado and the U.S. had, and Minnesota has, and Colorado did it first, so that's why it's higher.
Are stupid?
What do you mean? Am I stupid? I'm just saying,
No.
right?
I'm just saying.
Correlation
Does not equal causation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Insurance.
Oh yeah. No, the article I'm looking at is just report inflation impacting Minnesotans more than the national average. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, October report breaks down that. What is this saying? Groceries have increased by 2.2%. Insurance is 19.2%. Medical care 0.2%. Household 7%. I mean, yeah, it just goes up. It never goes down.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we were moving out of the town we were at when it was like 2020, 2021, where we're just and my mom at my mom at the time, my mom was considering to buy a house, and we're just we're waiting for like the price to go down, and it hasn't.
Yeah.
Like whoever's fucking in charge is manipulating the market fucking perfectly, because the housing, like we're just waiting for it to crash, because like the fucking economy's in the fucking gutter. But like it was perfect because like it never did. It never went down. It just keeps going up.
You know how you fix it?
How's that?
You increase the pay, and that'll solve the entire issue.
Yeah, we
Money-
just like drastically increased the pay like quickly.
No, not like dramatically.
Insert cash or select payment type.
Look, money isn't real anyway, alright?
Not anymore because it's not backed by gold, the gold standard anymore.
Yeah. So we can like set minimum wage for Minnesota to be like 18 an hour. Like, what's the worst that'll happen? Like, you just give it a year, and if it doesn't work, then you just go back.
You just go back to 15, yeah. Or what is it? Go back to fucking $10 an hour. What is it right now? Is it still 7?
$10.59 to $10.85 in January.
That's all it takes. Just like an extra 30 cents, and now there is no more poverty.
Minnesota's minimum wage rates will be adjusted for inflation on January 1st, 2024 to $10.85 an hour.
I just said that.
To 10 an hour for large employers, and $8.85 for an hour for other state minimum wages.
That is adjusting for inflation, yes.
Is it actually adjusting for inflation?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that is actually good. If they did that yearly, that's good. Like if they did that like annually or like every other year at the very least. I think it should be yearly because it's. I mean, because they have inflation, especially like nowadays, is like increased a lot. But
I think it just needs to be increased more. The minimum wage increase.
I've never been. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've never been paid less than $10 an hour. So.
Fuck you. I started off at $9.50.
Damn, you started from the bottom. It's gonna be amazing because OPP is gonna start at $2.50 plus tips. So.
It's like, how long do these pay periods go on for? Because I've been putting in a lot of fucking hours lately.
That is a good point, and we do still have to talk afterwards about something as well. So.
No, it's good. Like you said, I started.
We've all been putting in a lot of hours, and myself especially. You know, I've made digital fucking creations of you guys. You know, completely laid out this podcast. You know, visually.
Completely. That's good for you, Nocam. That's good.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though. I mean, I put in a lot of time, all right? So I want a paycheck as much as you guys from OPP. So people better start fucking listening. Fuck you. Very nice. All right, whatever. He is.
You do know.
I'm just saying that I'm putting in work, and you guys are as well. So I'm not like fucking just like a control freak, all right?
Did you know that armadillo shells are bulletproof?
Doubt it.
No, it's a fact.
I mean, things can be bulletproof, but like, are their internal organs okay? That's like my question.
What the fuck? Okay. Is that the kind of animal that you'd want to get, like a big German Shepherd?
It's like a husky mix. But that is adorable. I would like somebody actually offered me a dog the other day because they just got puppies. I would literally say yes if I could. It upsets me that I couldn't. I do have friends in high places, and I asked because I saw like cats in like the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? What does cat mean? What does that mean? Cat to what?
It means it's wrong. It's like
no, but I had a yeah. So I saw like cats in the parking lot the other day, and I was like jokingly like, Oh shit! Somebody's calling. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys talking about something interesting?
We found it. Well, I found a dog. Just kind of like near a busy road. Day
Awesome.
one, kind of just ran across the road. Yes.
For what?
For what?
If you want to come up, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm
We can drop on him right now.
We're almost done. All right.
Oh,
What?
Jason, who are you sitting in the tree with?
All right. I guess somebody's gonna come up to my room in like a couple minutes.
Ooh, what's her name?
You're gonna
Her
like
name.
You
Dude,
should
I
play
have no
some-
idea. They asked me. They knew that I was doing my podcast right now, so they're like, he. Yeah, I mean, he already knows what's going on. This Miyamoto guy, but
Miyamoto.
yeah. What I was gonna do is invite this guy on and just throw him on, and then get him to talk about a most recent topic. But I guess we got some other interesting stuff that's going on here. So may or not be an interesting night. I was still planning on doing a meeting, but I guess it's not gonna. We'll do that tomorrow morning sometime, I guess.
Sure.
Instead. What is that? Who is that? Do you know who that is?
Yes.
I don't.
What's his name?
Triple H. I touched his hand, alright, when I was fucking 8.
Oh shit, I heard about that. Yeah.
It's the closest I've ever been to like a famous celebrity. He's now the CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment. I forget what WWE stands for. World Wrestling Entertainment.
Okay. I'm waiting on my pizza to get here. It's alright.
You guys order a fucking pizza?
Large one?
Insert cash or select payment type.
No,
Insert cash or select payment type.
We can make a beat off that.
Mara said you should become a SoundCloud rapper.
When?
This week.
What made her say that?
I don't even know. I don't remember the context. I just remember that. I think we were talking about Spotify Wrapped.
Hello? All right, we're actually gonna have a special guest to come on just between you two. You're gonna have a spar session here, so
What?
so just get ready for that. He's about to come on like right now.
Okay.
Like this moment.
I did the math. It was 7. So yeah, my Spotify Wrapped top artists, Suicide Boys. About
I
7.
don't have a name. Opinion Planeters? I don't know.
What do I press? Can they hear me?
No.
Yeah.
They can,
You go.
but like when it's like that, they can't. You know, if you lean up to the microphone if you want, but
But they can't hear me?
they can hear us now. Like
Yeah.
at a distance. They're saying something, but
And Gums is listening.
Yeah, he's
Insert cash or select payment type.
What does that mean?
on the Discord, I guess, somewhere. In opinions, he's talked about like, can you edge professionally? That was a question he asked.
Yeah, that's Mr. Miyamoto-san.
Daily butthole inspections.
Insert
And
cash
edging
or select
competitions
payment
are
type.
the real challenge in the military. In case you weren't aware of that.
Could you repeat the
Also,
question?
no, it's less of a question, more a statement, in the fact that the easy part of the military is doing push-ups and running. The hard part is the daily butthole inspections and the edging competitions.
How many people have you gotten to laugh with that one?
Maybe like 0.
That's good. That's
Keep
good.
trying till you do it.
I'd say that's like a sound number, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So are
But
you like Jason
so
Super?
he said I'm allowed to say kike, but I'm not allowed to say the N-word.
Yeah, if
What's
you
the
do that,
deal with that?
We'll be taken off the air, or we're live to about 300 people. So if you say that word, Twitch is going to give us about like a 1 week ban, and because we're not Pokimane, we can't do anything to fight it.
But how come I'm allowed to say kike and not the N-word?
Because certain words are less bad than other words. All right, we had to talk about it earlier, like a show.
But they're not. Like,
It's always
in my
been thrown up there.
opinion,
You heard about
if
it?
I walked up, if there was a black person and a person of the Jewish orientation, and I called the black person the N-word and the Jewish person a kike, like they're the same. Like they're both gonna look at it and be like, "What the fuck?
No,
Fuck you!"
societally in today's current climate, one is just worse than the other, unfortunately.
And also, speaking of that, I'm pro-Israel, so maybe that's a bad thing.
So you're pro-terrorist?
I'm pro-Israel.
You're pro-terrorist, and that's what you're saying, right? Like
Hamas are terrorists. All right, calm
No,
down.
Israel is like a professionally funded military terrorist organization.
You didn't care about this until like
I cared
it
about it
popped
in
up on the
2012.
news. In
I've cared
2012.
about this since I was fucking 15.
All right. Let's drop some knowledge. Drop some knowledge
Knowledge
about what you cared about in 2012 or in 2015.
Well, there was that movie 2012 that came out. That was a pretty good movie.
I like you, man. You're cool. Yeah, man. But come on, like you see it on TikTok. It's like all these like random ass like fucking random white people from America, like free Palestine. I
Yeah, no,
support Palestine.
I just went to a bigger city in my state, and like over some overpasses, there were some like posters thrown down, like in the Mall of America as well. It's the same thing. It's like the Free Palestine lettering sign, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
It's so weird to me. It's just
or
like
people just screaming it as well. That one's a bit fucking obnoxious.
yeah. It's like just like the way like the I honestly I'm not even gonna say the American public. I'm just gonna say the public in general. Like I'm not even gonna like reserve it to just America. Like everybody, all of a sudden now, like it's out in the news and they're all like free fucking Palestine. Like this shit hasn't been happening since since
1970.
1949 was when
I guess,
the
yeah.
Palestinians and Israelis were like officially at war with each other.
About, yeah, around that time, yeah, yeah, because that's when Israel was officially given. Before Israel, before Jewish people were told that they could have the land, that's where the Palestinians land. That's how the whole thing came to be.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand the conflict. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying it's like Israel's land, or I'm not gonna say it's Palestinian land either. Like either those is too controversial. And I don't have like a horse in that race, so to speak. I'm just a dude. But I mean, like what I'd like to say because like what a lot of people love to talk about is like how like it's like, oh my god, it's not fair. Why is this happening? Like it has been happening for decades, and now like it gets media attention, so they're very like I'm gonna say our generation. I'm not sure how old you are, but at least my generation and the dude who typically is talking through this mic's generation, they're all like, "Oh my god, it's such an outrage," but really they don't give a shit. Like, uh, I'm allowed to curse, right? I just can't say
You
like
can't. You
stuff.
can curse. You just can't say certain slurs.
Say whatever you want.
Okay, so yeah, they're like honestly like if tomorrow the news came out with something like more interesting, like I'm not saying that the war between Israel and Hamas and the conflict in the Gaza Strip isn't interesting. I'm just saying they could come out with something tomorrow and be like, "Oh my God, look at how outrageous this new thing is," and
Yeah,
then
that's kind of how the news cycle works. I mean, it's always something new.
yeah,
That's
it's just yeah, it's a campaign of fear and
or it's just
outrage.
like talking about current global events that are affecting a lot of people. I mean, on both sides, people that have nothing to do with the conflict, just people living their fucking lives, just dead. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just kind of news.
but that's the crazy thing is the people who like want to spread this all across the news and all across social media, they don't give a fuck about those people that you were just talking about. Like they'll just use them as like a point to get views on
Also,
whatever social media app they
I can
choose.
agree with that for like Fox News, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, like the big. I can fully believe that most of them just like don't give a fuck. But I feel, I mean, as obnoxious as like those people that are screaming in shopping malls, throwing signs over overpasses. Um, I mean, if you're posting about it like the entire time on social media, then yeah, it's probably for a little bit of like attention whoring. But I feel like there are also people that, I mean, what's the best way to protest shit is just let other people know, get the word out.
Literally just.
So, all right. What was I gonna say?
What were you
So
gonna
there's
say?
a female on there, but it's like complete opposite of that.
Like so like both those countries like oh I remember now. The IDF, the Israeli Defense Force.
Yeah.
Me as a military member, I've been in the military for a while now. Uh, whenever I see like their psyops, I don't even think they're psyops. I just think it's some random girl posting because she is part of the Israeli Defense Force. But these Jewish girls are beautiful.
Those are psyops. You're falling for the psyops,
I
man.
don't know, but okay, but like here's the question I pose to you: what is so wrong about falling for a psyop?
Nothing.
Like,
It's still marketing. It's just like better. It's more up to date recruiting than like
I
the
mean, like
standard military commercial.
I'm already in the military. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna like double stamp me. I'm gonna be in the military twice. I
Yeah.
already re-enlisted. Like,
They're indoctrinating you slowly. You start thinking that those are going to be the people you're fighting for, fighting with.
dude, I would fight for them. I mean, granted, I'd expect you know, I'd expect like something, little something something if I went out there and fought for those beautiful Israeli Defense Force women. I mean, like I'm not saying nothing like crazy. I'll take a kiss on the cheek or like a very like a gratitude filled hug. I'll take that. That's good enough for me. I'm
Are
not
you familiar with the
I'm
word
not an
incel?
animal. Incel,
In
involuntary celibate.
yeah, so you are okay.
No, the way it just sounded. Somebody could clip that and be like, are you familiar with the word incel? And I said involuntary celibate, and then you said you are. So they could just clip me saying involuntary celibate and you saying
Yeah,
you
that's my
are.
point. That's like the whole
And
gimmick of is we
now I
invite
sound
people
like
on, we clip them out of context, and
now I
we just
sound
make
like
you look bad, and we make us look good.
yeah. Oh, well, that's what you're going for.
Well, yeah, I mean, it gets views pretty well, I'd say, honestly. I mean, everyone loves those gotcha moments. Like, you remember back in 2016, like, Ben Shapiro destroys the feminists? We got, like, that shit going on.
Wow.
It's just, like,
Sadly,
compilation.
I don't have the clout of Ben Shapiro, so I feel like you would just like
Well,
rape me.
no. What's the word? Down
Uh,
punching. Down punching. That's what we're doing. It's not as popular as up punching, but it still, it gets you somewhere.
uh,
Anyway, I got a phrase for you, if you don't mind. Can you say a month of Sundays?
a month of Sundays.
Thank you.
I don't even know what that means, and if it's like, you know, like I could voice my opinions on my real opinions on here, but I was told not to. So I guess I need to tread lightly in the podcast world.
What are some of your real opinions, if you can think of them off the top of your head?
Oh, he said I can voice my own opinions.
Yeah, as long as you like don't say the
but-
N word, you're fine.
But he's also
Okay.
on the phone with.
I'm not on the phone. I'm listening to the podcast right now.
Okay. So, all right, never mind. He's not on the phone. He's listening to the podcast by holding his phone to his head. I still don't believe it.
All right, I'll
He's
do it like
he's
this. Then.
psyoping you. He's psyoping you, man.
He is. He's trying to get me to say things that I shouldn't say. But basically, so my ancestors, I shouldn't even say my ancestors. I should say my generation twice removed on my father's side were Nazis.
So, like, your whole thing is it runs in the blood, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Like father, like
to be
son.
honest. It's like weird. You know, you kind of think of it like it's weird because like my closest friend, like I'm gonna sound like a typical stereotypical white dude here, but my closest friend in the military is black.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's good,
like
right?
my
So that means you're not, like,
fucking
racially prejudiced?
no, I definitely am.
Okay. Do you think that's, like, because of your own personality, or do you really think it was because of your parents?
Well, I shouldn't even say this on the air, but like I had this very weird mindset when I was a younger individual
Mhm.
where I felt like I needed to prove myself in a way that was like criminal.
So you have to
And
prove yourself by doing criminal acts?
yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
when I was 17, I was involved in a drug deal
Mhm.
that ended up with a guy getting shot and he's paralyzed. I'm not going to say his name, obviously. But I was with some dudes and before this like I was like a nobody and then like
Mm.
I had a job and so I could like afford fucking drugs and so like I got in cool with like honestly the I don't know what to call them. I can't say the N word. I feel like calling them
Hooligans.
African American gangsters, I guess is what the right word would be.
Okay.
I got involved with them and they were, you know, they gave me like a certain amount of clout when I was in school.
Hanging around with them, like, being part of that
Yeah.
clique, pretty much?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like like the main dude, his name was George. I'll say his first name. His first name was George. That's everybody's name is George, so I don't feel like I'm
Jason's name is
exposing
George.
anybody there. But yeah, like he took me around and introduced me to like all the like cool people and like he was like a level above all the people in high school. Like he was very
What do you
I
mean by
want
a
to
level
say
of
like everyone had like a certain level of respect for him. Like he was
Okay.
just like everyone knew him, everybody liked him.
Mhm.
But he was also like a criminal, and not like I'm talking about like there were people that were taking like AP history, like all those like advanced classes, and they were friends with him, but they didn't really know who he was as a person. They just like liked his personality and his charisma. And so I remember there was one day he walked around and introduced everybody in the lunch cafeteria, and he kept saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna say my name, so I'm gonna say like, hey, this is blank, my nigga." Like he'd introduce everyone, or he'd introduce me to everyone as like his nigga. Is that? Oh, should I have not said that?
Well, it's not a hard R, at least. I mean,
I'm just saying like it wasn't like a controversial thing, It was just like I mean he's an African American dude. That's just how he referred to his friends.
yeah,
So
Denzel
he
Washington
and
type shit.
then lo and behold, I ended up in a robbery with him, his brother, and three of their friends. And the dude ended up getting shot that they robbed. So I watched him get shot. Very, very weird experience, if I'm being
Mm,
honest. Watching somebody get shot is not like what it looks like on TV.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's probably a lot fucking different.
It's very quick too, because like I saw him get shot and then we were out of there. Like we just ran out of the house.
Just like instinctual, not even time to think. Just okay, my feet take me away now.
Well, I didn't think that at all. No, they already had that instinct in their minds. But like for me, like first of all, another thing that's interesting is like when a gun goes off like right next to your head in like an enclosed space, uh like your vision goes black. Like I swear I couldn't see anything after like they shot him. And then I just like my vision came back. I saw him lying in a pool of his own blood, and then they just grabbed
How do
me
you?
by my
Yeah,
like clothing and said we gotta run. And so I ran.
yeah.
And then like I read later in like a news story that he lived in a duplex. So the other guy on the other side of the duplex came out, and like apparently he shot at us. Like I was so hyped up on adrenaline, I didn't notice that at all until I
Mm,
read that like this dude shot at us.
yeah. You
Oh,
sound
like
like
to, I don't think he like shot to like hurt us or harm us at all. I think he like shot above our heads to like get us to like stop. And then when we didn't, he was kind of just like, "All right."
so. What made you? What? Yeah. What made you want to be involved with this type of crowd? Did you enjoy like?
It was really like
I
I
mean,
would
everyone has
say
a romanticized version of like how, like you can look at a TV series on fucking Netflix and it kind of glamorizes just a little bit, like criminal lifestyle, hip hop music. There's a lot
I
of shit that glamorizes being a gangster, criminal, that type of shit.
I'd
Is
say
that what
that
you're kind of going
definitely
for?
played a part. And like that didn't play the biggest part, but I'd say it had like some influence. It's like yeah, like being involved as like our generation is in like that type of media.
Hmm.
Just like it was very glamorized, and you're like, wow, well that sounds crazy, but like like I'd say the biggest part was I was kind of like it's gonna sound corny, but like I never really had any friends until I met them. Like
So
so
do you think you were like lonely, and this was the first group that like you saw?
I
Okay, I
mean
can kind of act similar. I can see myself fitting in.
nothing similar. Nah, it wasn't about me fitting in. It wasn't about me being
Like, did
similar.
you
It was
see
more
similar
just like
character traits
it
between
was just
you and
they were
these
like
people?
the first group to accept me. So I was happy too because the first people to accept me were like they held a lot of clout
Yeah.
when I was in high school. So like being with them, like people like knew you, if that makes sense.
No,
Like
yeah, I
you
mean,
didn't know you didn't know who they were, but they knew you because you were with them.
yeah, I'm familiar with that type of group. I've seen that. I don't know if I'd call it cliche. I'm gonna call it cliche. Um, so before this group, you're just kind of like a loner most of high
Yeah,
school, most of middle school.
I mean, I had like friends that, cause it's not like one day like randomly they just like picked me. Like I had like it was like there were like stepping stones to like me getting into their group. But yeah, like in terms of like a real friend group, like that was probably my first. And then I'm gonna be honest, the way I got out of it was I did talk to the police about what happened.
So you kind of ratted on like that first
Yep.
friend group that accepted
Yeah.
you. Why?
Yeah. Cause I all right, so I my whole idea behind what happened was that we were gonna go there, they were gonna hold him at gunpoint, they were gonna take his drugs and his money, and we were gonna leave. And then after they shot him, like my mind was kind of all over the place in the sense that like I didn't know if he was alive. I didn't know like like I just was like fuck, that is not what I envisioned happening.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I did go to the police about it. And I've I guess I've made some enemies because of that. Like I still think I made the right decision. Actually, I should say I made a decision. I don't know if it's the right one or not at this point in my life,
I
but
mean, what
it's
would
the
have
one I
happened if
made.
you hadn't gone to the police? I'm guessing, police action was taken after you went, and the rest of these people in this group, I'm just assuming here, but they either all thought or either all knew that it was you and stopped associating with you.
Grab my pizza. My name's John. Sorry. What'd you say? Can you repeat yourself?
Um,
Here, I'll just grab it.
after, so after you went to the, so pretty much, yeah, after you went to the police, did they kind of stop associating with you? Like, did they for sure know that you went to the police, or did they just kind of assume that it was you?
They didn't. It wasn't. They didn't find out. I mean, like that things don't happen like that. Like I went to the police. It probably took another month or two before they got arrested. They didn't suspect me the whole time, and I never got called into court to
Hmm.
testify or anything. I just gave my
Kind of like
idea
a
of what
theory.
happened and said these are the people that did it. And then that was kind of like my attorney got me like a deal where it was like he doesn't have to go to court. But their attorney kept trying to like subpoena me and bring me into court to actually go onto the witness stand and like show my face basically so they
Hmm.
could be like sure beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was me. Luckily, the judge didn't go for that and they got convicted because the guy they shot, he survived. So basically what I did was I fingered them, and then the guy who got shot, he gave his side of the story.
How different do you think your life would have been if you didn't go to the police? Just kind of gave yourself like a week off, collected yourself, and
I'm gonna be
resumed.
honest. I think I'd probably have just been shot. I'd probably have been dead because I that wasn't like the first like criminal act I had been around them for, and I knew them in the sense that like they do typically do shit like that. So when it ended up where I was in a position where I was like a loose end, it it made me worried because they've done other things to keep people quiet, whether that was threatening them, paying them, or killing them.
You could have made
So
a lot of money. You could have just said, "Yeah, just bribe me, and I'll keep quiet." That'll be.
yeah, but I don't really have like they would do that for like people that had like clout in other areas. Like I was just their home, like I was just like their associate, I guess would be the right word. I wasn't like some dude who like the dudes they would pay off were dudes that like if if they wanted to kill them to keep quiet, then they'd have other people gunning for them after they killed that person. I had no like support, no like backing or anything. I was just like a kid.
Mhm.
That's why it's a big reason I joined the military was just to get away from all that.
Find a different community that's a bit more structured, less chaotic. In
Nah,
that,
not even that.
way.
It was really just to get away. Yeah, but it was a weird time in my life. I had some odd jobs after that. Uh, before I joined the military, doing stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing. But what is that? People know your name.
Yes, you can say Jason Nocam. So I can still say my last name or rank.
No cam? I thought I was no cam.
You're not on the line very much, are you?
Oh, see, I literally have it on my.
Like you mean like on the internet?
Yeah. Well,
No,
maybe
not
more
really.
not on Discord.
You mean on Discord?
I'm guessing this is your first time like looking at this app.
Wow, that hurts. No, it's not my first time looking at Discord. What made you think that though?
Like when you were first talking, like, can they hear me? Is that me? Am I no cam?
Well, I've never like stared at like a fucking like microphone you use for like recording. You know, normally it's like a headset I wear. I've been on Discord, and I've also never been on a podcast, so it's very bold of you to assume I don't know what Discord is.
It seemed like a fair stretch.
All right, all right. Yeah, I'll give you that. But yes, I do know what Discord is.
That's good. That's good.
I play video games. Weirdly enough, kind of, it's rather essential for the video games I play.
What games do you play?
World of Warcraft is the main one that requires Discord. That was like the game I played that introduced me to Discord because
Yeah, you need to be able to communicate.
with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Most people don't play that game anymore. I don't play it right now, but I've always had like a come back and then distance myself from that video game
I've heard it can be a
because
bit of a rabbit hole.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll fall right down it. Don't get me wrong. Like if you just like embrace it and you actually play it, because like a lot of people who try to play World of Warcraft, uh, like it's not a game where you can just play it for like a couple days and then all of a sudden you're committed to it. Like you really have to like put in the work
Hmm.
to enjoy it,
Yeah.
because like you gotta go find a community of people that will accept you to help you level your character, and then when you get to the whatever the highest level is, help you grind to get the stuff you want. So like a lot of people, especially in my unit, uh I've tried to like convince people to play it,
Hmm.
but they're very that like a lot of the people in my section, the games they played are very like simplistic in the sense that like they're very linear video games. They're not
Yeah,
like
the
all
yearly
over
Call
the
of Duty,
place.
FIFA.
Like they don't really require any thinking to improve.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to like. So like when I pitch the games I play, because like the games I play typically are strategy games. Like I'll name a few. I mean, I play WoW, or I have played WoW a lot. I play Rainbow Six, which I think is a strategy game. That's just my own opinion.
I would say that's a very heavy first-person shooter. I mean, you could call Call of Duty a strategy game if you're kind of.
I would not, but they're not. In my opinion, there's no comparison between the two.
I guess it is a bit
Other
more.
other than
Yeah.
you, when you have a gun and you aim down your sights the same way you do in Call of Duty. I don't think they're the same in the sense that like the hearing in the game is different in Rainbow Six. The every operator is different. It's not like you're just like building your own loadout and every single person has the same thing as everyone else. Like in Rainbow, everything's different and your performance is based off you and your teammates' ability to move cohesively and perform with each other in a way that helps your squad.
Yeah, that sounds like Search and Destroy.
Well, Rainbow is search and destroy.
Yeah, but like Search and Destroy Call of Duty. That sounds like what at least a good team kind of does the same thing, like communicate, take it slow, what helps the team best, cover lines of sight, smoke grenades, flashbangs, yada yada. I mean, you've played the game. I'm sure you know it better than I do, honestly. It's been a while since I've played.
Yeah. How do you know the host or the other host of this podcast?
Nocam?
Yeah, Nocam.
Um, fuck, I suppose I supposedly first met him at like the lunch table early middle school. I think like it must have been my 8th grade year. Um, Apparently he was at the same lunch table I was. I don't really remember talking to him. He kind of took it personally last time I told him that. But like the first genuine memory I have of interacting with him is our school was walking to a frozen yogurt shop, like a 1.5 mile walk, and him and I were just kind of setting the pace. We were just walking ahead of everyone because everyone was fucking slow, and we got yelled at by a para for trying to wander off, and she was like real fucking pissy about it. Not just a simple, hey, stay in sight, please. Just, excuse me, what do you two think you're doing? So yeah, I met him technically at the lunch table, although I don't really remember him. Yeah,
Y'all
I'd
are
say,
Karen, right?
yeah, I first bonded with Nocam over a Karen, pretty much.
I'm gonna be real. Fuck all that calling them Karens. She's a bitch.
Yeah,
Her husband probably cheats on her, and she gets no pussy, or she gets no dick, I guess I should say. But
I'll
yeah,
steal.
like fuck that bitch. Like I'm tired of that Karen shit. That's like another thing. Like in our day and age, that's like like instead of calling them a bitch, which is what they are, call them a Karen. Nah.
I mean, some
It's
people.
categorizing what kind of bitch it is, though.
Yeah.
Whoa. What was that? Is there another person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not just talking to me.
Have you
I-
been sitting here the whole time just
Yeah.
absorbing this conversation?
Like, she barely fucking talks. That's the problem.
Oh, you barely fucking talk.
Well, I was
Apparently.
informed that you just wanted to talk to him. You guys were gonna talk, so I
Why
stayed
the fuck?
quiet.
If there's another person there, why the fuck would I just want to talk to one of them? Obviously,
That's what Jason made it seem like.
I'm an advocate of groupthink. I would prefer to talk to everybody listening. So let's hear your opinions. now that you have made yourself readily apparent that you are a participant?
What would you like my opinions on?
So you said it's a type of bitch.
Yes.
I would like your opinion on that. Talk about the types of bitches that there are. Did I put you on the spot?
A little. No, it's well, Karen is just a specific type of, like, the type of person you deal with that's just older, is more
Do you
like,
think they
I know
have
better
to
than
be
you,
older?
I think better than you kind of bitch. And then there's just your regular bitches that are just, I feel like they're more not as specific on, like, speak to the manager. They're just kind of generally rude, mean.
Okay. And do you think they serve a positive purpose?
Karens or
just no, the not Karens. We all know Karens serve no fucking purpose at all, and they're useless. The other types of bitches that you were talking about.
Entertainment is probably the only thing that they bring. Just
How do you think us as level-headed individuals can, like, in a way that's not aggressive, kind of bring them down to earth?
You can't.
you really can't know.
You can give them 5 tabs of acid and hope that
Okay.
that kind of sends them into a system shock.
They
for
need a
while.
whole personality change to try and get them to not be a bitch.
Yeah.
So you
Humble.
think there's no way that we
Yeah,
as individuals can like relate to them and
no.
kind of just like be like, hey, like
No,
you're
the
kind
root
of
cause
being
is
a
anger,
cunt.
right? That's like what a Karen is. The root cause is always inconvenience or anger of some kind or another. I mean, everyone's fucking angry before. I feel like a lot of people.
Exactly, you bring up a good point. They're angry about nothing. They're just angry because they have something to be angry about. Because they want to have something to be angry about.
If things aren't going their way, they get pissed about it. If things don't happen, that
Okay, but
helps them.
What I'd say about that, like you said, when things don't go their way, they get pissed about it. Me personally, when things don't go my way, I am pissed about it, but I don't fucking fly off the rail and just randomly yell at people that I don't know at all. I mean, granted, like the host of the podcast and the other dude, and like certain people who may or may not be listening, I'll yell at them. But like, just like I'd never just like go off on a random person. Like, well, what is the purpose of that? Like, that's like a risk, in my opinion. I'd be like afraid
They
to
don't
yell
think
at a
of it
random
that way,
person.
though.
They could just pull a gun out.
They think they're privileged enough that nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna show any consequences to them. They think it's their world and that we're just living in it, so we need to put our stuff aside so they can be helped first.
So how do we show them that it's no one's world and everyone is just living in it?
I think some really intensive therapy might be a start. Otherwise, I don't think there really is a way to really get
Okay,
them
so
like
I
that.
mean, like you leave me with very little choice, or leave us. I shouldn't say me, with very little choice other than like, all right, well, they can't be fixed. Just I mean, like hold them down and euthanize them, because they're not gonna assimilate into society. Which
Perfect option right there, man.
I think something that's crazy is um people thinking assimilating into society is like this horrible thing that like no one should ever do. Like it's terrible if you assimilated into society and you just behaved and did the expected societal norms. Like it's such a strange thing in our generation where it's like now I'm gonna be a fucking reckless retard who constantly disagrees with people and has the most controversial opinions and like posts when my Tinder date didn't uh do something that I wanted them to do. And then I'm gonna put it on TikTok and I'm gonna make a video about it. Like I think it's so strange. Like, first of all, I think I'm very against the we're all unique. I'm very in favor of we're all humans. Like imagine like look at every other like species of animal. And like that's another thing I like to argue too before anybody says anything. Is they love to be like, "Oh, well, we're not animals, we're humans." And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, yeah, you can go that route if you want, but let's be real. Like, you don't see anybody else like thinking this way. Yeah, granted, we are much smarter than a dog or a lion or a hyena or a monitor lizard, but like, societal norms are there for a reason because they keep the peace. And if everybody's just ignoring them and just trying to like be something other than a human, because that's what they're trying to do. Let's be real. Like they're just like they just want to be different from everybody else. And I think being the same as everybody else, it's actually not that fucking bad. You know?
But it would be extremely boring if everyone was the exact same as each other.
Well, I don't mean like we're all robots. You know, like no cheetah has the same spots, but we're all still fucking humans. Like it's weird that we all have to like make these like like we have to be very opinionated and be like there's nobody else like me. Like I don't like that. Like you can be different, but like no offense, there's
At
like
the end of the day, you are the same as everyone else. You're made up of the same.
and like you can be different. I hear what you're saying. You know, there's like billions of humans. Like there's bound to be a couple people out there that are rather similar to you. Whether that be in thought or in physical appearance. Like there's people that look like you, there's people that think like you. Like find some enjoyment in the fact that there are people like that. Like stop trying to be this unique, different thing. Just be happy that you're a human. You know, I mean, you could have been a worm or something. Like that'd be horrible.
I feel like a lot of the people that try to be different from everyone else end up being the same. Like they're the ones that are being more like everyone else because so many people are wanting to be different.
That's a great point. Because they do. They all end up just falling into that category.
Yep.
They're all just like, I want to be different. And then, oh, well, like, I mean, if there was like a conveyor belt that was like a assembly line, I guess is the right word, where it was just like, I want to be different. And then I don't care. It'd just be like, I don't care. It goes into like 5 different bins. And then I want to be different. You just watch them all fall into the same fucking bin.
Yep.
Like, yeah, sure. Your hair's you shaved your head, you have a piercing, or you hate the government, and like they all fall into the same category. Although I do hate the government.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad we have a fellow party member with us.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I hate the liberals. I hate the Democrats. Maybe this is controversial, but yeah, if like I was in a position where I could tie Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump to a pole and shoot them both in the head, I would take pleasure in it and be like, wow, that was awesome. Did y'all see that? I wouldn't record it though. It's a very personal thing. I'm not putting it online.
You don't have any enemies though.
Except for the
they're
dudes
shitty
I
people,
snitched
but
on
they haven't.
that actively want to shoot me. But yeah, other than them, I don't have any enemies.
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of military minutes?
You said military minutes?
Yes.
No, I've heard of minute men. Never heard of military minutes.
So instead of
please
0 to 60, it's
explain.
0 to 100.
Wait, what?
You're telling me that this is just a made-up thing? The military doesn't actually use military minutes?
I mean, not that I've heard. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to you? What is the definition of military minutes? And then I can say if that's something we do, or if it's something you just heard.
Like, say you're clocking out at the end of the day when it's 4:30. Instead, you would write 16:50.
Okay, well, uh, we don't really clock out. You know,
Well,
it's not
this is
like usually our team leader or our platoon sergeant is just like, "Hey, yo, you dumbass retards, get the fuck out of here." And then we all are like, "Oh, thank God. I'm so happy to be a dumbass retard. I get to leave now." And then we just all go to our cars. But you kind of bring up a good point with that. So I'm an armorer, and there's a lot of paperwork involved with operating an arms room. Arms room is like a locked vault that has all like the guns and shit inside it. And like I low key be like, I don't want to do that paperwork because every time you open the arms room, technically you're supposed to do like 4 or 5 forms you're supposed to fill out every single time you open it. I don't fucking do that shit. No, I'll just like wait till they're like, hey, they're coming. The civilians are coming for an inspection to next week, and then I just fucking write a bunch of random shit and just be like, yeah, I was there at 16:15. Where I opened the arms room at 11:20. Really, I didn't open it that day at all, or you know. So I don't give a fuck. Somebody put in the chat yapper alert. He's gonna. Well, when I originally enlisted in the military and ended up in basic training, the Miyamoto over here, I met him the first day we both got into the military at reception before we even started basic training. First of all, I get more bitches than him. He hasn't had sex since we were in Poland and he paid a stripper to have sex with him. So that's all I'm saying about that comment he just made in the Discord chat.
Didn't you go for your sergeant? Hooker.
By the way, not a stripper.
Yeah, that's fair. There is a difference between the two. Thank you.
Hey, Airborne and Air Force are the same thing, right?
Did you say airborne and Air Force are the same thing?
Yeah.
Never mind. I take back what I said about bouncing his head against the wall. I'm bouncing your head against the wall. No, the Air Force is full of pussies.
Okay.
Who, I'm extremely jealous of because their life is way better than mine. And the Airborne is full of a bunch of dumbass retards that thought it that looked at a piece of paper, and the piece of paper told them you get to jump out of airplanes, and they looked at it and they thought that sounds awesome. I think I
Is it awesome? What was your first time like? Jumping.
My first time's the only good time. first time's the best time, in my opinion. Like,
So what?
'cause you don't think you're gonna do it, and like you're nervous, but you're not like scared in the sense that you're like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. You're just like, oh my god, like I don't know what you're like. You're afraid of the unknown on your
Yeah.
first time, and then you jump out and you're like, holy fuck, this is awesome. And then you fall on top of people's parachutes, you fall into their suspension lines, you fall through their corner vents, and you realize that uh this shit is awful and you're risking your life for nothing other than a training exercise.
So by the way you recount it, it doesn't sound all that fun.
No, it's horrible. I would never recommend anyone do it. My brother just joined the military. When he was like going through the initial process of enlisting, he was asking me about like should I go airborne, and I said absolutely not.
But like you get $75 for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, see, at least you can find some humor in it. Yeah, $150 a month to fucking jump out of a plane.
That's basically free money. Like if you either like even if
Worth
you
it.
hate it or you just get numb to it. I mean, you know,
Dude,
150.
don't get me wrong. If they give me like a grand, or if they pay me, even if they pay me like $150 per jump, like I'd be down for that. Like that would make it more worth it. It's the fact that you get $75 a paycheck, $150 a month. There might be some months where you jump out of a plane fucking 4 times in a month. You still get the same amount of pay. You'll get more pay.
That is stupid.
So like if they paid you on like a per jump basis, I think they would have a lot more people would be receptive to the idea of staying in an airborne unit.
Yeah. Does it have a high turnover rate?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Does it have a high turnover rate in your experience?
In terms of like
People
people
join
getting
and
there and then leaving,
yeah.
yeah, it's massive. I mean, out of okay, so when I got here, there were 17 people in my section. One of them stayed here. The other 16 are gone. So yeah, there's a rather high turnover rate.
What kept
People
you there?
don't like to stay here.
What's kept you for as long as it has?
It was just my contract. I leave in 6 months.
You don't plan on
I leave in 5 months to go to my next duty station. And then I'll leave a big load here to eventually take over the section. And
Nocam will do the job admirably. You ever seen a movie or heard of a movie called American History X?
yeah, I mean that movie was based off my childhood, man. I'm fucking Edward Thornton in this bitch.
That means you're the good guy in the end, though, at least.
Yeah, I realized the error of my ways only after my brother got shot by a African American.
I'm glad you've seen the movie at least.
Of course, I've seen the movie. Come on now.
Of course.
Have you ever seen the movie? God, what's it called? I'm pretty sure it's called An American Story. Francis
What?
Ford Coppola, the Rex.
Can you say it one more time? You kind of cut up there for just a second.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not sounding like a retard. I actually know like what the film is actually called. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen that movie then. I don't know.
You never
So,
seen? Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh, I remember. It's called Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
So, the guy you're talking to is a criminal as well. Would you like to
Oh,
say anything about that?
you're a criminal
I've done
as
my
well?
fair share of time, I guess.
What's that mean? What were you in?
B&D,
Okay. You
robbery,
said B&D or B&E?
B&E. I've played D&D as well, but B&E, robbery, trespassing, almost got
Okay.
caught with the GTA. Fuck, just yesterday, I almost probably got like a felony speeding ticket. I was just driving back home from a job site,
So
out of the cities.
100 miles.
Yeah,
why
about
would you do those things?
most of it, it's just because it's fun. I mean, okay, we'll go in order here. Driving fast is fun. There's a time and a place for it. You don't do it when there's, pedestrians. At night, you got to be more careful of deer and shit. But as long as I guarantee, like, if you're a half decent driver, if you're paying attention, you can go 100 and fucking 40. I mean, fucking Germany, they do
Where
it.
do you live?
I live in the same state that Nocam lived in.
Okay. Did you live in Nocam? Where are you from again?
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
They're from Minnesota.
So not Wisconsin.
No, I'm not Jeffrey
They're
Dahmer.
Minnesota.
I
There's
didn't.
no mob affiliations in Minnesota.
None that you know of. There was a classmate of mine who said he had ties to the Irish mob, but he also was an interesting individual who, he had some funny moments.
What was?
That was Christian.
Oh,
He said he
Oh,
had
you
ties
were
to
in-
the Irish mob.
Wisconsin. You could have been associate of Frank Ballestieri.
Frank?
Frank Ballestieri, the Mad Bomber. Never heard
Huh?
about him?
That name sounds familiar. Maybe I have.
He's a
No,
Milwaukee Bob boss.
to answer your
Ties to
question,
the Buffalo Grime family. So you committed a bunch of crimes just because you wanted to?
oh, okay. Like I said, I'll go in order. Speeding, that's fun. I genuinely see no issue with it as long as you're doing it correct time and place. I mean, in fucking Germany, they got the Autobahn for that shit. Unrestricted driving. Do it fun, no issue. Trespassing, again, that's another really fun one. Um, there's a facility kind of like within an hour's radius of where I live that's got a really beautiful view, but it's not accessible to the public. It's a fucking people go there for their job and shit. It's just a nice view. You climb like 170 feet up, 160, something like that, and the view is pretty fucking nice. I guess trespassing kind of ties into the breaking and entering. I mean, you're on restricted premises. It's just kind of fun to explore.
That's what I'm wondering.
Why'd you break and enter? You just get caught at like some fucking abandoned building breaking in?
Um,
Or were you actually there to steal something?
I guess I've done both. Abandoned buildings, just because like the guts of the guts of a building can be fun to explore. Like there was a school being built nearby, and it was just kind of fun to explore.
You're looking for the
School
back
before-
rooms, huh?
Yeah, something like that. And then an actual facility as well. Like kind of started off as just, oh, they kind of left the door unlocked. Let me just walk in. Oh, someone left a 20 here. Let me just take that. It's not like personal, like extremely. I'm not breaking into like your fucking neighbor down the street, breaking their door down. I'm not spying on fucking people that are sleeping, but
Nice.
mainly facilities.
So you kind of just were breaking into places for the fun of it. You weren't like looking to make any monetary gain off.
I mean, if it
your
presented itself,
crimes.
if there was like $20 at my foot, I would take it. But I'm not fencing items. I don't.
I mean, nobody breaks into a house just to get $20.
Yeah.
I
Otherwise,
mean,
there
if
would.
you do, like, you're
Okay.
probably black.
I am banned from my first job. My first job was McDonald's. I am banned from that location. My other friend, we are the only two people to be banned from that McDonald's, as far as I know.
You're banned from that McDonald's or all McDonald's?
Just that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, just my local McDonald's. They weren't a fan of how I quit. I mean, I cleaned the store. It was fucking perfect. No doubt about that. I did let a lot of ex-employees behind the counter. I let one of my friends steal one of the headsets, and I
Nice.
carved my middle name into the bun toaster, and we went on the roof and took some photos.
The first dude I ever worked for when I worked in a restaurant, got arrested. I'm gonna say 2 years ago now for distributing cocaine.
Mhm.
He's an old man, not super old, but like in his 50s. It's cool, man. When I get out of the army, I'll probably end up working for him again.
Yeah. Be the underboss, yeah.
Nah, he's Jewish. He's not Italian, and neither am I. That's like an Italian thing, you know, underbosses, consigliaries.
I watched The Sopranos, alright? I know some of the terminology.
Fucking, yeah. Is that your Guma talking with you?
No, she's not my Gumar, she's my wife.
Oh, well, next time I see you, bring your Gumar on instead. Oh, no, man.
You gotta get fucking Nocam to watch that show. Use whatever, like, superiority rank you have over him and just force him to watch media that is good for him.
Oh, Miyamoto already knows. That's one of the things I try and get them to do. Is to watch actual good TV, because they're all just like fucking. And I already know I'm setting myself up for failure here, but all they do is just watch anime.
I mean, it's alright, but there's a lot of bad ones and mid ones, and there are good ones, though.
I'm not saying there aren't good anime. I'm just saying, like, they're. Like, before Miyamoto met me, homie hadn't even watched Breaking Bad. Like,
Alright, that is a little bit depressing, I can't lie.
you just watch anime.
Miyamoto-san, come on.
He's typing.
Do you have a horse and a man? What? Wait a minute. Were you the one that had a fucking video of a cat going into a goddamn blender? Was that you?
All right, so what's going on? It's interesting listening in the background. It's like I got like a couple seconds delay, but he's taking a piss right now. But
Is he the one that had the fucking cat in a blender video?
no, that's the other guy. We're gonna have him on like in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
This is the white supremacist.
Yeah.
Kind of got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a man and a horse fucking or something. I remember that. I
remember that video back in 2017.
You watched it. You could ask him about that then. Definitely
wanna
ask
watch
about the
it.
Air Force and
What do you want us
the
to
other-
ask again?
You should do that. You should do it. Just bring it up here. Somebody wants Miyamoto to bring the pizza all the way up here.
He has to walk up fucking 2 flights of stairs. Don't say all the way up here.
He said he ate the fuck out of it, and then Amadeus called him fat. So... And he
If
said,
you eat my pizza, you little fuck.
he said
You know fucking.
he said he ate the fuck out of it. You can drink that if you want. If you need water, you can drink that.
Damn,
Bring
another
my
man.
fucking pizza up here right now, Gums.
All right,
Another man.
he's
ate
demanding you to bring up the pizza right now.
Another man ate your pizza. What are you gonna do
Yeah.
about that? You let that
I
slide?
know a whole ass man ate somebody else's pizza.
You know,
So I
when
guess
I was in school and it was my birthday, I ordered pizza, and this bitch.
I remember the
asked
story.
me if I liked pizza, and I told her, "No, you're not my fucking friend. I don't know you. Try again next year." So she reached for a slice of pizza to just fucking grab it.
Yep.
In his toilet.
Like one time, at least one time, you succumb to it. And you're like, "Oh, she's taking my pizza." It's like, all right. And you accepted it at one point, but like, she got pissed at one point. Like, she literally got the slice and like, it's a pizza you paid for, and then so it was just a slice of pizza.
I think she never grew out of the phase where, like, when it's a kid's birthday, back in like fucking first grade, they bring treats for everyone.
She thinks if someone has food, then she can have food.
I mean, I know, like,
It's a Lincoln.
I didn't realize it was.
I thought it would be a Lincoln key, but that's what they gave me. So. It's probably secondhand if I had to take a guess.
Does he bring that fucking pizza up here?
He said he ate 3 slices and sent him $10 in Cash App. Yeah, but my other host said refund it. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I think this has been a very interesting episode of the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think we need another 4-hour episode. I mean,
No.
That's fair. I mean, if you guys are going in on you guys are running on empty, that's fine. That's fair.
she is so.
They're calling you. He's calling you a pussy, by the way.
I don't need to take shit from someone that's 2,000 miles away from me. All right, I know who you are. You're a little man. I know who you are.
Pay for it? You're gonna take it into your room and eat it?
He's still going on about the fucking pizza?
I'm facing the microphone towards him.
Slaughter rabbit. So basically, you just thieved my pizza and then ate it. Nigga, bring my fucking pizza upstairs.
Is that the pizza you're looking
No.
for?
What do you mean y'all have places?
It's the one.
Fucking
Yeah.
pizza, and then took it into your room. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Because name a time where I fucking grabbed your food and just randomly ate it. Yeah, but I mean, I'd assume that you would have the forward thinking to be like, okay, it's pizza. I'm not just gonna grab it, leave it in my room, and then eat it there. You want me to come back down? I'll come back down. Okay, then I won't.
Jesus. Yeah.
My tax dollars hard at work.
Someone next week.
You join the pizza army, and fuck you because this is gonna be a fucking mess to edit. But I
It's
appreciate
okay. We got Crisp. Crisp listened in. It's gonna completely flag me.
OPP.
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 African Americans, I'm sorry.